Hello there, welcome along. It's the Sweet Spot Live. Bruce Millington and Steve Palmer taking you through what should be a thrilling final round of the US Open. The players are all out on the course and there's already been some action. We will take you through the early exchanges. If you're watching the race, if you're watching us rather and watching the golf, we'll sync you up so you can get your pictures exactly the same, so you can watch the action that we're watching exactly the right time. And don't forget, do please like and subscribe. Apparently the boys, the production guys today, Sam and Will, tell us we need 33 subscribers to hit what they describe as the magic 43,000 subscriber number on the channel. I've never quite got the significance of that. But anyway, if you do enjoy the show, we'd love you to subscribe. Most of all, we would love you to post your comments. This show is very much interactive. So let us know what you think. Let us know who you've backed. Let us know who you think is going to be the champion. Right then, Steve, good evening. How are you? You strapped? That's going to be good, this, isn't it?
Good evening. Yeah, it's beautifully poised leaderboard, isn't it? I mean, Scottie Scheffler and Rory McIlroy have both made a fast start, so we've got some world-class talent on that leaderboard. Couldn't be more exciting. Pre-tournament picks have bombed out, so it's all on the John Rahm camp now, and he's made a steady start. Couple of parts.
So let's get this out of the way. Rahm is now your number one hope for glory tonight, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's so disappointing when your pre-tournament picks all bomb out before the final round. I mean, that third round just destroyed me. Yeah, Xander Schauffele.
Move on. Who cares? Move on.
Yeah. I'm putting it behind me, and I've had a nice each way bet on John Rahm because he was 4-1 this morning and quarter the odds first three. So I think the place part of that bet pays for the win part. Fastening my seatbelt as we
righty-ho. Let us take you through what has happened so far. Like I say, the last group out are playing the second hole. Our sponsors, Boyle Sports, make Scottie Scheffler now 15-8 favourite. He birdied his first two holes. So we've now got a three-way go at the top. It's Scheffler, Fitzpatrick and Will Zalatoris locked together on 4 under. Johnny Rahm is 3 under. Denny McCarthy, still think he sounds like a Grange Hill character rather than a golfer. He and Rory McIlroy are -2. Joel Damon, Nick Hardy and Adam Hadwin -1. Cameron Tringale, Hideki Matsuyama, the disappointing Sam Burns, the even more disappointing Keegan Bradley. They've both dropped shots. They're on evens. Morikawa was trying to put right all the damage he did yesterday. He's +1. Wise +1. Seamus Power +1. Guido Midigliozzi, he posted a 66 today to set the clubhouse lead on +2. And the only reason I go that deep is they are only 6 shots behind those guys. So I don't think we should be looking to discount anyone. But obviously, Steve, there is a lot of cream at the top of the leaderboard. Let me ask you this. How many can win now?
4.
Four, and they are.
Sorry. Well, it's a bit harsh on the PGA
Tell you what,
Tour
I'll take you through
Tour
Sports' latest
on
betting.
the PGA Tour. You know how downbeat I am on the PGA Tour maidens. We've seen this story a month ago. Yeah, Will Zalatoris and Matt Fitzpatrick threatening and then blowing up when it matters most. So, yeah, as Zalatoris has just missed one left. Yeah, I don't fancy Zalatoris or Fitzpatrick. I think Scheffler and Rahm are the two to concentrate on. And McIlroy's made a decent start as well. Yeah, he's putted so well this week. So, yeah, 3 or 4.
That's a bogey for Zalatoris at the second. So, Scheffler 15-8. This is with Boyle Sports. We'll be referencing their prices, also taking you through all the other in-play markets they've got. There's loads to bet on with Boyle Sports on the final round. 4-1 Fitzpatrick, 4 Big Johnny Rahm, 7 Zalatoris, 6 Rory, 28 McCarthy, 33 Burns, 33 Nick Hardy. Blimey, that'd be a good result for the bookies. 50-1 Adam Hadwin, 55 Joel Damon, 66 Keegan Bradley, and I don't think I need to go beyond those guys. So here's the latest scores then. Scheffler and Fitzpatrick at the tied on -4, Rahm and Zalatoris on 3, McCarthy and McIlroy on 2, Damon and Hardy and Hadwin on 1. Right, that brings you up to date. Let's do some sinking. First of all, Steve, we better do our own dirting just to make sure that we're looking at the same pictures at the same time, because that would make life awkward. So we've got Rahm trying to play it out at the first cut. So when he hits this shot, we've both got to say duh, okay?
Okay.
Come on.
It's dead air. That's dead air. It's radio silence.
It doesn't matter. No, we don't mind a bit of dead air. Here we go. Duh. Oh, I'm a little bit in front of you.
Yeah.
Right, we can live with that.
Pretty safe. I really don't think we have to go.
Did you say at the moment he hit it, or were you a little bit slow off the mark there?
I'd like to think I was instant. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you were.
Maybe I am getting slower as I'm getting older, so maybe I just didn't go on the B of the bang. But
I'm sure you're fine.
I would like to say that I don't go too deep down the betting, because this wind is gone completely. The forecast was the wind to drop away, and you can see the flags aren't moving. Good conditions, so. Yeah, it'd be astonishing if one of those star names on that leaderboard didn't win now. Okie dokie.
Right then. And of course, we should say it's Father's Day, isn't it? And so if you're blessed with having children like we are, it's a really good timing to have the US Open final round on Father's Day, because, of course, you say, I want to watch the golf tonight. And, you can't get any objection. It's Father's Day, isn't it? So you get to watch the final round. And we get to work on it, which is really good. Where are the family? Are they hushed upstairs, under orders with Nicola trying to keep them quiet?
The children went to sleep very quickly. Yeah. Both of my children are asleep. They had a very, very fun day. And
good.
And the wife is upstairs. I believe she's doing some
any
ironing.
Nice things.
It sounds like
ironing.
Sounds like a real 1960s. I'm going to watch the golf, and she's going to do some ironing.
Brilliant. Yeah, exactly. Did you do anything nice for Father's Day?
Yes, it was good. I've got to lie in, in comparison to normal days. Yeah, normally
6 o'clock.
Well, exactly. Yeah. The children normally wake up about 5 o'clock in the morning. So, I was very, very kindly afforded an extra few hours today, and that was nice. And I would have got breakfast in bed, but I had to get up and tip John Rahm, so didn't have time for that. It's Scottie Scheffler at the 4th hole. What a start from Scottie Scheffler. Those first 2 holes are really difficult. He's made birdie at both of them. He'll be thrilled with this.
He certainly will. And here's his approach to the 500-yard monster par 4. It's just got a bit too much spin. It's going to. It was looking brilliant, but it's gone back 20 foot. But he's below the hole, so he's got another look at birdie, and that would be to take the outright lead. I don't think there's anything else we've got to say at this stage. So we'll work through some of your comments. Like I say, as always on Sweet Spot Live, it's great to have so many of you contribute, and we really do appreciate your input, and we hope you can stay with us for most, if not all, of the night. We've got loads of, can we call them special guests, Steve? Sort of guests, really, aren't they? A couple of them are quite special, aren't they?
Yeah, I think we can call them special, yeah. Certainly Diane Knox-Ballas. I mean, she's a world superstar, aren't she? She's friends with Barack Obama, I believe.
Is she really? You're kidding me.
Barack Obama follows her on Twitter, I'm told.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What have you got in your in that cup?
There's a few little fruity numbers and a fair. I've got to get myself invested, haven't I?
You have indeed. Right then, let's work through some of your comments. Billy Bunt says, happy punting. Happy punting to you as well. Keith McConaughey, What do you think the winning score will be, chaps? That's a good question, Keith. Steve?
It's a great question. I wish you'd asked
Kevin even. Sorry, Kevin. How rude.
At the halfway stage, we got some great bets on Golf Wise Extra, didn't we? On, basically suggesting it's going to get much tougher. After the first 2 days, a lot of people think it was going to be a cakewalk. But they got some strong wins on Saturday and brought it back. So to cut a long story short, I think the winning score will be, with that win virtually gone, isn't it? I think 6 under par might be needed with the quality of that leaderboard. Okay. Yeah, these early holes are quite tough, but from 5th hole to 8th hole, I'd expect some progress.
If we look at the scoring, Steve, from earlier in the day, I mean, it's difficult to tell, isn't it, from some of those early guys, because they just want to get off the course. They don't care. But I mean, I'm going to work from the worst 4th round score, which is Stuart Hagishtat. He's +7, and then we've got +10, +7, +9, +7, +4, +4, +4, +5, +7, +2, +6, +5, +3, etc. So you get the impression the guys down the bottom of the leaderboard have posted some high scores. But Steve, you're basically saying that there was more wind when they were playing, yeah?
Yeah, it was more difficult. It was slightly more difficult, and you see, Will Zalatoris might be in the fescue there. Might have kicked out the fescue. Very uncertain start from Will.
This is no good from McIlroy here, is it? I mean, he hit a decent shot, but it's spun right back down the fairway. And now he's rattled that one past. Looks like he's got a difficult downhiller for par. Sorry, I missed that one. Put that one back on the screen, lads, will you? Here we go. Dos, great show, lads. This should be on every week. Thank you very much, Dos. I'm not sure Steve really would like to be broadcasting live to the nation every Sunday, but I suppose if we doubled his salary, like, say, a live golfer might get, then he might think about it. Rory for par really needs this to trundle in, and it doesn't. That slips wide. So he gives one back. Bobby Evans, what are you lads nibbling on tonight with a cuppa? Well, we've already found out, Bobby, that Steve is drinking alcohol in contravention of all Ofcom regulations. What exactly is it? I bet it's Heineken, isn't it?
It is Heineken, yeah. I hosted a barbecue yesterday, so I got a very well-stocked fridge.
Did you? Are you a net winner from a barbecue in terms of people bringing more alcohol than they drink?
Yeah. Normally, I did make it clear no one needed to bring anything yesterday because I've gone to other barbecues and they've been so generous. I just made sure that yesterday that we did our best.
You pushed the boat out, did you?
Pushed the boat out a little bit, and then we need John Rahm to pay for it all now. Okay. Scheffler's 2 under for the day. I mean, what was he doing in that front 9 yesterday? Yeah, the first 9 holes, the barbecue concluded, and then I tuned into Xander Schauffele's front 9. Absolutely abysmal. But yeah, he's 2 under for the day.
He's flimsy for me. Right. Latest from Boyle Sports: 15-8, Scottie Scheffler, 100-30, Fitzpatrick and Rahm. Zalatoris after the drop shot, and then the errant tee shot at the next. Who's that?
Keegan Bradley.
That's Keegan Bradley. I tell you what, folks, I don't know if this is bugging you as much as me. Everyone has got a grey sweater on out there. I mean, at least Keegan Bradley's had the decency to wear dark-coloured slacks, but everyone seems to have a grey jersey, and it's really annoying me. Why do I got jersey and sweater? What's that? No, granddad or something. Right.
I wonder whether Keegan Bradley might unsettle John Rahm. That was the only negative I could find with John Rahm. You have to play with Keegan Bradley, who's notoriously slow. Gets quite angry. So I think there'll be a lot of anger in this group, but I think Rahm will outclass him. Okay,
Connor O'Leary, lovely comment from Connor. Genuinely love this show. Great rapport with the gents. I need these boys' commentary in my life on a daily basis. Connor, where do you live? We'll come out and commentate right personally to you every single day. Keegan Bradley, shocking start. Bogey. And as you say, you don't really want to be playing with someone who's hacking around all over the place, do you, Steve?
No. Keegan Bradley broke my heart in the final round of the Wells Fargo. Do you remember we were on Keegan Bradley and he got out? He was in a duel with Max Homer and ended up being defeated. So I've given up on Keegan Bradley. I don't think he's got the mettle for this.
Here's Adam Hadwin at the 4th. If he rolls this in, he's only 2 off it. You tipped him last week, didn't you? It's always the way, that, isn't it?
It is always the way, but a Canadian...
It's going in, it is, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Goodness,
Adam Hadwin, only 2 back. Right, let's go. We're going to do a comment split. Mike Benson says, so excited. Love this channel. Not long to wait. Only Zalatoris and Burns left of my shouts. Same as me, Mike, and they're not going well. My main bet was Furyk for the top senior, paid for this week. Is that Is Steve's shed bespoke? That's a good question. Is it bespoke, or did you just get yourself one from a shed shop, as Zalatoris Sorry, Steve, just quickly, Zalatoris goes into the bunker there. That's not great news for me or for Mike.
We know this goes in this Scheffler putt, don't we? I hate it when they do that. Did you know Scheffler gone 5
How do you know? Oh, yeah, he's gone 5 under. Yes.
5 under on the right,
yeah, the Sky score says 5 under. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my goodness, big moment there. So Scheffler has birdied 3 of the first 4, and he leads on his own, and he's now 5-4. Boyle Sports go 5-4. Scottie Scheffler, 7-2. Matt Fitzpatrick, 7-2. John Rahm, 10 Zalatoris, 16 Rory. So from being a kind of clustered leaderboard and a wide open betting market, suddenly we're down to 3 with a realistic shout. Who's this guy, Nick Hardy, by the way? Tell me about him.
He's quality. Yeah, we had him as our player to follow. He's a rookie that I think's got a lot of ability, and he's been missing loads of cuts, and then suddenly lost a playoff on the Corn Ferry Tour a couple of weeks ago, and it seems to have sparked him into life. So, yeah, I think Nick Hardy's got a big future.
Quick word on the shed.
The shed is not bespoke. I massively regret how hastily I made that purchase because I didn't appreciate how the weather is going to affect the temperature in there. So, yeah, it gets very cold in the winter and very hot in the summer. Very rarely find the perfect temperature.
Beautiful shot there, by the way, from the first cut from Fitzpatrick. He sets up a good birdie shot. Here's Matt Smith. One of the things I love about these live shows, Steve, we get viewers in from all around the world. And here's Matt Smith, who's been watching us on the past on Sweet Spot Live. Hello again from Monterey, California. Fingers crossed for my fellow Yorkshireman Fitzy. Good luck, Matt. He's off to a very solid start. But the trouble is, the world number 1, Scottie Scheffler, is absolutely flying as he bids to win his 2nd major of the year. And would that be 5 tour titles this year?
Yeah. It'd just be the greatest season he could have ever wished for. He has to be favourite now. But I think Rahm's going to have a say in matters. Don't you worry.
Okay. You're getting a bit of love from Lee Partington, who backed Jim Furyk, who was your tip on Sweet Spot last Tuesday to be the top senior. So well done with that. That was good.
Well, yeah, Phil Mickelson had an absolute mare, didn't he? I mean, it was embarrassing at times. 3 putted from about 3 foot at one stage. Just impossible for him to concentrate. Even though there wasn't as much heckling as I expected, he did get some love as well, didn't he?
I don't know, mate. CJ Clay says, best double act since Paul and Barry Elliott. Who are they? I literally don't know who they are.
Is that the Chuckle Brothers? The Chuckle Brothers, yeah.
Are they called Paul and Barry Elliott?
Barry Chuckle. I know there's a Barry Chuckle.
Well, I suppose they're not going to be called Chuckle, are they? Yeah. Oh, they're the Elliott brothers. Oh, thank you very much indeed. Love the show. Burns or Rahm to boost the bank balance. Keep up the good work. Okay, to you, Steve.
Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, I will keep up the good work. Yeah. I haven't done much.
Rory. That's a shot from Rory if that stays where it is. Yeah, he's got a nice chance.
Classic Rory round, isn't it? Classic Rory round.
Up and down.
1 step forward. 2 steps. Sublime to the ridiculous. What a good-looking golf bag that is.
It is nice, that, isn't it? Yeah, that's very nice.
Really nice. Yeah. Let's have a look at that leaderboard then. Who do you think's going to win?
Scheffler -5, Fitzpatrick -4, Rahm and Zalatoris -3, McCarthy, Hardy, Hadwin 2, Darman, McIlroy, Burns 1. Burns has got 1 back there. That's good. Paul Caggs, I've just spent 10 minutes watching the USPGA stream, wondering what on earth you were talking about. Good to be finally with you. Oh, good. I'm glad you're with us, Paul. Welcome along. You've got a lovely profile pic there of a sunset. Here's the old unpronounceable Doogru Zoogru. Looking forward to the show, lads. Steve, can you give us 2 bets for an interest on the night? Away you go, Steve.
Well, I backed John Rahm to win the golf tournament, and then as for another bet, God, that was a loud can opening. See that Boyle Sports Market round 4 lowest score is in running. That's quite interesting now.
Okay, let's have a look at that, shall we?
6-4 Guido Migliozzi, who has posted a 66, I believe, and then Scottie Scheffler is now 2-1 in that market. So
I'd back Migliozzi there, I think, Steve. Bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, isn't it?
It probably is, but Scheffler's made such.
Have you not heard of that one?
No, I haven't heard that. You have to explain that one. But Scheffler's made such a good start on hard holes, isn't he? He's currently playing the easy 5th, well, the relatively easy 5th, but I think he's made a poor shot. Yeah, I don't want to have 2 bets. I just want to back Rahm at the moment.
If you
just have that for now.
I think 6-4 Migliozzi is a good bet there. I really do. Scott Scheffler 2, Adam Scott 8. He must be going quite well, and Denny McCarthy 9-1.
It's a brave man, though, isn't it, who opposes the chef? Yeah, it's a brave man. I mean, I'd probably slightly favour the chef in that market at the moment. I'm just kicking myself that I didn't act at the halfway stage, but I gave my pre-tournament picks another round to perform, and you could have had 7-1 Scheffler and 9-2 Rahm at that stage.
Oh, well, there it is. Morikawa's just rattled one in. He's repairing some of the damage from yesterday, but he's level par. I think he's going to have a devil's own job to come from more than 5 back on. Scheffler's going to have to really, really struggle, isn't he? But then it is possible, isn't it?
Oh, my word.
Goodness,
it's gone off in his hands, Bruce. It's gone off in its hands.
Virtually D-greened that one. Come on.
Bold, wasn't there? There's a lot of bold putting going on tonight.
Well, I suppose that if they're that far back and they see the quality of the players they've got to pass, they're going to have to gamble. Here's Fitzpatrick at the 3rd, and he rattles it in, and he is now co-leader. So it's David versus Goliath now, really, isn't it? You've got big Scottie Scheffler, that big square jaw, that rugged. What state's he from? Anyway, rugged American.
Born in New Jersey, but didn't live there very long. You
call him a rugged American. And then you've got little Matt Fitzpatrick, who's 2 years older, but looks about 10 years younger. And he's up for the battle, which is great.
He's got a brace. Did you know he's got a brace on this week?
Has he? Really?
You know, like when you're at school, everyone has a brace, don't they?
Well, I know what a brace is, yeah. I mean,
but how often do you see a grown man with a brace? He's got one in.
No, loads of blokes have braces these days, mate. Honestly, loads of grown men do. I was reading an article about it. Come on, Nick Hardy, says Chris. I'm on at 100-1. Good lad. That's a nice bet. Hope you've done it each one. Hope you took plenty of the extra places.
Yeah. Good bet.
Can we get another Stuart Sink, Paul says. Right, we'll do a Sink. Okay, we'll do a Stuart Sink. Here's Zalatoris now putting for bogey. Oh, my God, at the 3rd. So it's... I thought
we're synced.
No, but we were trying to sync Paul Caggs up with us.
Oh, Paul Caggs. All right, Caggsy. Let's get you synced.
Harry Smith is cock-a-hoop.
166 holes without a 3-part, I think that said from Will Zalatoris.
Wow.
He's putting
he's meant to be amazing. Yeah. I think he's a good long putter and a not very good short putter. Scheffler has found the sand at the 5th. He and Fitzpatrick have a 2-shot lead over Rahm and a 3-shot lead over the rest of them. So that's interesting.
This is not a bad spot,
isn't it? Nice that bunker, Cam. Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? So has he got 2 putts for par?
That's for birdie. Yeah, he's on the.
Oh, he's got a downhill 20-footer for birdie there, hasn't he?
The short 5th was playing into the wind earlier, but the wind's gone, so I'd expect pickups there. Here we go. We haven't seen much of John Rahm. What's he been up to? 155 yards to the pin. That's all right. Good drive.
He likes it, doesn't he? Does he?
Bit right in it. Bit right. Bit right and long. Bit safe. But,
Dan Jank asks a question that we often get asked: what is more important, course form or current form?
Yeah, current form. You can win anywhere you're playing well. I mean, course form this week was hardly anything, was it? I mean,
what we did have was significant.
So Ruddy Lutley, the only course winner in the field is currently tied for the lead. Matthew Fitzpatrick, who not only won the 2013 US Amateur. This is the more interesting. I just see Rory do this part, and then I'll tell you the more interesting thing about that.
Okay, what's this for? Do you think?
This is for Bird. He's
sunk it.
So well, isn't he? He's putting really well this week.
He's not out of it, is he? Look at that. Birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie. So, yeah, as you say, a typical Rory mad round. Go on then. Tell us all about the interesting thing about course form.
Oh, yes. Well, Matt Fitzpatrick, not only did he win the 2013 US Amateur, he's been back every year since. I saw an interview with the fella in charge of Brookline, and he says he comes back every year just to play the course and remember the glory years.
Nice. And he's staying with the same family that put him up last time, isn't he? Because, of course, when he was an amateur, him and his brother, who was his caddy, were too skint to stay in some swanky hotel. So they stayed at Mrs. Miggins's, didn't they? And he's gone and stayed with them again this year, which is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. So he knows the course really well, and he's very positive association. So, I mean, course form students would have only backed one man. I mean, I thought he was too short in the betting, Fitzpatrick. I couldn't play at those prices, like 25-1 for a man who's never won a PGA Tour title, but how wrong I may be.
Scheffler trying to make it 4 birdies in 5 holes, but
that's a bit negative.
It's not a bit bad, is it? It's a good lag, I suppose. Right, let's see what the latest betting is from Boyle Sports. It's 6. No, it's not. I was going to say 6-4 Migliozzi. That wouldn't be right. 6-4 Scheffler, 9-4 Fitzpatrick, 9-2 Rahm, 10 Rory, 14 Zalatoris, 28 Hadwin, 28 McCarthy, 40 Hardy, 50 Burns, 60 Darman. Blooming Burns, I had high hopes for him, but he's played really poorly today. And Zalatoris, a terrible start from him as well. So the two I fancied tonight, Steve, they've blown out all. Well, I'm playing for places only.
Well, I thought it was Rahm and Scheffler to concentrate on, and Fitzpatrick is thrown a fly in the ointment. That's a better start than I expected from Fitzy. But yeah, we'd all be delighted, putting punting to one side, which is almost impossible in my world.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Steve. You need to put punting to one side more.
Who would you want to win if you were a neutral?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick seems a lovely lad, doesn't he? I want to ask you a little bit about Fitzpatrick, actually, because I'm trying to find out stuff about him. Literally, all I know about him is that he supports Sheffield United. He's from Sheffield, obviously, which is the same city that England's last major winner came from, which is obviously Danny Willett 6 years ago.
Very good.
What do you know about him?
Hang about.
Is this Rambo?
Oh,
great part that, wasn't it?
Well, lovely I know lots of things about him. Yeah, very tidy player. Very accurate. I mean,
but what's he like in life?
Oh, as a character, he's just.
What does he enjoy apart from Sheffield United?
He's got a nice girlfriend, I think. They briefly lived in Atlanta. I'm not sure whether they still live in Atlanta or whether they moved somewhere else. But he's just a real down-to-earth lad. He's got a brother who's very good at golf. Fellow professional. He's sort of making his way in the game. A lot of people say he's better than Fitzpatrick Senior. His little brother's better than him, but we shall see. I'll tell you another interesting fact about Matt Fitzpatrick. He was out driving Dustin Johnson this week. They played together. They played together at the start of the week, and because Fitzpatrick is a very low drive, if you get a fast running golf course like this one, he can outdrive big hitters because he gets so much run on the ball. So that was astonishing that he was out driving Dustin Johnson, and Rory's found the thick stuff. That's going to give him a devil's own, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got to give Richard Case a shout out. It's lovely to hear all your bets, and don't be afraid to boast about the fact that you've got one. You've beaten the book here. We're with you. We want you to win. We don't, all these bitter people on Twitter saying, "Oh, don't after time" and all that. Richard says, "I've backed Darman at 300 to 1 with 7 places, so the bicycle clips are on. I bet they are. Never even got a place at Royal Ascot until the very last race on Saturday. Talk about get out of trouble. Wow, that would be good, wouldn't it? That really would."
Yeah.
Here's Sam Burns, who is parring and he's bogeying, and he hates this as well. Burns is all over the place. This is
first major he's contended in. Give the lad a break. I expected better from him, but first major you contended in is always a tough gig. How did your Royal Ascot go? Do you want to talk about that?
It was all right, actually. It was okay. I went on the Tuesday with my daughter and my mate Paddy. We had a lovely day. It was really nice. It wasn't too hot and it wasn't too crowded, so I had a great time. My best bet of the week, which I put up on Racing Post Live, it was a horse called Eldar Eldarov, who's named after a cage fighter, believe it or not. And he won, so that was good. Yeah. Did you have a bet at Royal Ascot?
I did get involved. I had a couple of tips here and there. I try not to listen to tips, but I had some very convincing cases. That Deauville, what's its face? That was unlucky, wasn't it?
Right. Deauville. I'm sure you've seen, Steve, that we've got a guest on, so shut up.
Shady.
Deauville legend.
What are you doing? Where are you? In some bunker? Put the lights on. Have you not paid the electricity bill?
That's mood lighting, is it?
Mood lighting?
It like that. We get an issue with the lighting as it goes.
Turn the lights on.
Oh, no, he's having an issue. I should
turn it up a bit.
I know the electricity. I know the electricity bills are expensive these days, but is there not a switch or something you can turn a light on?
I've got to be totally honest with you. You've never done a work Zoom with me or Skype or whatever it is, because this is what my camera usually looks like.
It's not so much the cameras, Dave, but the actual room. Is there any way of illuminating the room?
All right. This is very unprofessional.
It doesn't. No, mate, the whole thing's unprofessional. So while he's doing that, I'll tell you who that is. That is, of course, the lovely Dave Orton, who is the star. That's much better, Dave. So Dave Orton has just finished 5 days of grueling broadcasting on Racing Post Live. He's on it for almost 4 hours every single day. It's a really punishing ask. I thought he would have been lying in a darkened room by now, but he is in a darkened room. He's not lying in it.
Turns out I was.
So it's not quite as flash as the last room where you joined us for the PJ. Do you remember, Steve? He was in a really luxury location.
No, the guy who we sort of take it in turns to sort of host, and the place I'm at now, I agree, isn't quite as regal. But if you join me for the Open, I'm not allowed to say British Open.
You can.
Can I?
Yeah. Yeah, because you
Barry
can.
Orr and me had a bit of an argument about this.
I can't stand all that. If you want to say British Open, everyone's in no doubt what you mean then. So I've got no problem with it.
So for the Open, I'll be back there. And that will be, I think that will be, let's face it, that's the biggie, isn't it, of the majors. You've got the Masters and then you've got, obviously, the Open. This one, look, it's a wonderful way to end a spot-on week, this, isn't it? Absolutely superb. And Vive España!
Oh, no, hang on. Johnny Rahm's what's he done here? What's he done here? This is, he's got lucky there.
Could have been a lot.
This is Steve's big fancy, Dave.
Hello.
What?
I mean, I woke up this morning bereft of ribs and was looking for some inspiration, as I usually do. And I am going to advertise Steve's column here on a Sunday morning, because I've got mates, right, who wake up and they can read about it on the Times, the Telegraph, the BBC, all that sort of stuff. But we all watch it wanting to not just make a few quid, but get the winner. And it is, I mean, is it the only column out there?
Well, I think so.
You can find out.
Yeah. I hope so.
So we trust.
That's it.
So you're on Big Johnny Rahm as well, Dave, are you?
Vive España. Absolutely. I'm all over it. I mean, I've had tapas for lunch, the whole thing. I'm right into it, Steve. I'm drinking Rioja. Oh, no, I'm not about to say that.
No, you are. It's fine.
Juice.
No, it's absolutely fine. We just had Richie Casey saying that you're a trooper for the last 5 days of Royal Ascot. What a start. You were indeed. And Devo says, Dave's top looks like the Sugar Cup Team UK silks, which I do agree with. Yeah, what is that?
I noticed you've changed your top this one. You had a white T-shirt on last. You were like a mime artist last time.
That wasn't work, was it? It was just like a floating head. It was like something out of Hamlet, wasn't it?
And it was a pleasure to join you last time, guys. But my favourite bit was when we were still at this party I was at. I told you I was at a party, didn't I, basically? Oh, look, someone's turned the lights up for me. That's very kind. And I watched again later, and you were talking about Chineses, all sorts of takeaways.
Oh, yeah.
And there's something I would love to pick you up on,
point.
Bruce, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Seaweed.
Oh, yeah.
The seaweed comment. You had us all in stitches. What's this thing about seaweed?
Oh, well, you know the seaweed that you get from the Chinese, that I don't think it actually is seaweed, is it? I'm not quite sure what it is.
It's the seaweed. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's the only food allergy I've got. And it kind of makes me feel a bit kind of fuzzy-headed and a bit almost high. And then my heart starts beating like mad as well. So
you like it a lot, and then it all goes wrong, doesn't it? I was going to say.
I basically have a little pinch of it because I kind of like it, and then I start going, and then and my heart's thumping and so I'm not quite sure what's in that, but I do.
You know what to do now, Dave. When he's giving you a hard time on those racing shows, you just slip a bit of seaweed in his tea or something. And
if only the budget's allowed, Steve. If only the budget's allowed. It's dried cabbage, says Boom 185. Quite right.
Yeah, it is. But you're absolutely right. It's not seaweed, is it? You know, there aren't people out there, you know, in rock pools fishing it out. It is dried cabbage, but there's something they put in
on
there.
Top. I can tell you that much. Whatever that orange stuff is, I would imagine that's what drives you over the edge.
So are you at someone else's house, Dave?
Yes, again.
And you described it as grotty, did you, earlier, or something? You said it's not quite as nice as the one you're at before.
They're listening, actually.
You want to be careful, mate. You've already. Yeah. I picked up on it. I just hope your host didn't, because you could get yourself into all sorts of trouble. I think it looks very nice. I think the tangerine paint or wallpaper is lovely.
Quite. It's not quite the sophisticated kitchen I was in last time, but I was
that was flash, wasn't it?
They've got some racing pictures in here as well, actually, but I couldn't see the TV, so I'm afraid I can't.
Steve, do you need it's too early. You don't need to go for a
I'm okay. No, I'm okay. How did your Royal Ascot go, Dave?
All lovely until the Saturday. I think we were all going well, Bruce, weren't we? I think it was the Friday, Steve, where everyone thought, I mean, the consistency of the weather was huge for the punters. That was the big thing. Yeah. Normally at Royal Ascot, it can change race to race. It wasn't until the Saturday that everything turned on its head, basically.
Yeah. And tell me what happened to Golden Pal, because I went all in on Golden Pal, and I couldn't even find it. It didn't seem to come out.
Yeah, I was wondering whether you might have any bets actually during the week. Yeah, that's not going to be a great advert for you to come back, is it? I was hoping you would tell me you had a couple of winners or something.
No, and then Deauville Legend got trapped in, didn't it?
It was a great week, though, wasn't it? I mean,
brilliant.
Stand to
I thought it was a brilliant
thing
week.
Apparently, everyone that was there had a great time. I heard you saying earlier, Bruce, that I spoke to you about that. Of course, we always have a bit of fun, don't we? But it did feel like we were doing something quite special. I think.
Perfect power, Commonwealth. Oh no, the Queen didn't turn up, Steve. No, no, she didn't make it.
Jelly Bean was nowhere in sight.
Darren Walker says, perfect power, Commonwealth Cup, 16 anti-post, my only winner of the week. Oh, well, that's not too bad. And we also had a really nice message from James McKenzie, who said, I completely agree on the Racing Post coverage. Interactivity of the last few years with the podcast and live show Saturday are awesome. Hoping the Racing Post will do a live road show at a track soon. That's a good idea. I like that. Whoa. Big news. Scheffler rolls in another one. He's -6. How long was that part, Steve? Long
to start, 15, 16 feet. Have a look at your lowest round score prices now. I mean, he's
okay.
He's really
now that was one that my mates loved, by the way, from your column, the -7 or lower. I think
it's under pressure now, isn't it?
They all went over that, Steve.
It's under massive pressure now, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still be happy with that bet, but Scheffler's certainly putting the willies.
It could be ruining it. Right, then let's keep you up to date with what's happening. Scottie Scheffler is now odds on with Boyle Sports, believe it or not, after that blistering start with 4 birdies in the first 6 holes. He leads by 1 from Fitzpatrick, by 2 from Rahm, but that could soon be by 3 from Rahm, no less. And then McCarthy, Hardy, McIlroy, Hadwin, Zalatoris for a further shot back. So it's all changed really quickly. Fitzpatrick's got a little 5-footer for par. No danger. So, Boyle Sports, 4-5 Scheffler, 11-4 Fitzpatrick, 6 Rahm, 20 McIlroy, 16 Zalatoris, and 40 Barr. And on the lowest round score, I said Migliozzi was a good price at 6-4. He's now 13-8. Scheffler, 11-10 favourite, and Denny McCarthy is 9-1. Do you remember Denny McCarthy from Grange Hill, Dave? I'm sure he was a Grange Hill character, wasn't he?
I must admit, I'm struggling for that one. It was Rowley, and that's about it, isn't it? That's and Zamo and all that sort of stuff. I remember the music.
McCluskey. Mrs. McCluskey.
Mrs. McCluskey, that's right.
Yeah.
A formidable individual she'd have been, wouldn't she?
Absolutely right.
I've got some questions to Steve, if you don't mind, Bruce.
Can I just quickly say, Chris Cow says, hi, Bruce, not a big horse racing fan, but watch Royal Ascot. Can you explain how the rider kept the win? Couldn't believe it. You're talking obviously about the Riddler, aren't you? Yeah, I don't know either. I thought it was ridiculous. But let's rattle through Dave's questions for Steve.
Yes,
personal questions, Dave, or they're golf related?
Very.
No, they're going to be golf related initially, Steve. Don't worry.
Okay.
And this is because I'm only on this for a certain segment, and I will want these questions, I think. And all the guys that I was with RPL yesterday, they were like, "You got to ask Steve this and that," like all about that sort of thing. So we're in hole 6 at the moment. When does it get treacherous for them? Because this is notoriously.
5 to 8 is your score in 3 holes. So from the 5th to the 8th, you're expecting to make a few birdies, and then the first 4 holes of the back 9 will be really difficult. That's where you'll be looking for your implosions. And then there's the back 9's harder than the front. So expect some carnage on the back 9. Don't fret about that bet yet.
That's the question.
Don't fret. Because Scheffler's already played the 5th, so he's going on to the par 5 8th, I believe. When he's through that, then hopefully there'll be a few card busters coming in.
What sort of time are we going to be signing off later? I mean, that was a hell of a shift you guys did, by the way, last time, wasn't it? Would this be playoff territory that we're looking at the moment, do you think? Or
if we don't have a playoff, we'll be done by sort of 10 to midnight, I think. If we do get a playoff, we've got a 2-hole playoff, and then sudden death thereafter. So long night ahead.
This is big. We need this to be.
This is enormous. Yeah,
6-footer Rahm for par at the 5th.
Here we go.
It's far from straightforward. This is a downhill knee knocker.
Is it?
This will say a lot. This will say a lot about.
You'd be brilliant on a downhill knee knocker.
Is it 6 foot, Steve? Every bit, isn't it? Well, I think he's pushed it. He's pushed that, and that's cracked on as well. He's got a very jerky putting stroke, Steve.
He's
very
short putting well this week.
Jabbed it there.
His putting has slowly improved in the weeks leading up to this tournament, and then this week he's been really good. At this sort of distance, he's been so solid, like middle of the hole, holing out with aplomb, as I like to call it.
Has he not really cracked on, Rahm? Do you know what I mean?
No, he's had a poor year, hasn't he?
Yeah,
we were expecting him to be the Messiah, weren't we? You know, it was.
We keep expecting people to go clear in the top of the world rankings and stay there and dominate, but nobody's been capable of it. Maybe Scottie Scheffler's going to do it. I mean, if he wins his second major this year, his 5th tournament of the year, I mean, he might be the one that gets well ahead in the rankings, but nobody's managed to do it. And John Rahm's didn't stay world number 1 for that long, really, did he?
In no time. We haven't even been on air 40 minutes, and we're now, we had 10 possible winners. It's 2 realistics now. 6 Scheffler, -5 Fitzpatrick, -2 Rahm, Zalatoris, McCarthy, Hardy and Damon. They should bet without the front too. A couple of quick comments from the guys. Graham Break, are they going to show it or are we watching them react to it? Exactly, that's what you're doing. We haven't got the rights to it, Graham. It costs fortunes. We can't just do that. So, yeah, if you can't watch it on the telly, then listen to us and we'll keep you posted what's going on. But we don't have the rights. It's like Gogglebox, basically, apart from Gogglebox is funny. Steve Dixon says it was Benny Green in Grangeshaw. Oh, yeah, that's true. He says Terry, who played him, used to live next door to me. Blimey.
I remember Terry.
No, it was Benny. The guy, Terry is the guy who played him.
They had a Terry in there without question.
They may. I probably did. Everyone had a Terry.
Absolutely had a Terry. It's an old school 80s Grange Hill name, isn't it, Terry?
Did you see how far Fitzpatrick hit that drive? He's driven the green at the 5th. He's got an eagle putt coming up from quite.
Is he really?
Range. Fitzpatrick has put length on. He's put length on this season, and that is just showing it. A 301-yard par 4. He's almost flown it on the green. He's putting.
I'm told he doesn't even weigh 10 stone, Steve. Is that
what?
No.
I'm told he's 137 pounds, which is 9 stone 11.
He's got a diet of seaweed. That's basically.
Well, yeah,
it's incredible, isn't it?
I know.
Paul Keeley's arse weighs 10 stone.
Yeah, I love this little 11th, 108 yards. His Seba Munoz. Oh, you don't want this to be any good, but it's bound to be, isn't it? Because you tipped his foe, didn't you, in this 2-ball, Steve?
I did. Minwoo Lee, yeah.
Is this in? No, it's almost.
Come
on.
I think when you've backed a couple of 2-balls away from the main action, and when you see the golfer you're up against, it's a slow watch, that isn't it? Unfortunately, because it's always going to be a good shot.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's the rest of the week? Oh, Dave, when are you getting your time back from that amazing stint doing Racing Post Live at Royal Ascot?
I'm contemplating kipping for the week, actually, Bruce. But as you know, at the Racing Post, that doesn't happen, does it? So we're already looking forward to what's coming and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I got a bit of FOMO with Royal Ascot, actually. It's always when I get to the Wednesday night after I was with you, I start seeing the end of it. I don't like these slow weeks afterwards, aren't they? But so much coming up. The great thing about the flat season is, Bruce, that we get to see these horses now take each other on, unlike at the jumps game. I don't want to say the C word, but Cheltenham was mentioned a lot last week. And they got a bit of a pounding, didn't they, Cheltenham? I think.
Yeah, too much. Everyone's down on Cheltenham. It gets on my nerves. Cheltenham's still brilliant. People are very too negative. But it's only half a dozen imbeciles on Twitter knocking it left, right and centre. Honestly, it's fine. Everyone loves Cheltenham. Everyone loves Royal Ascot. Room for both. Both unique. Both excellent. No problem at all.
Fitzpatrick is going to choke here, guys. This is what he does.
Oh, really? Do you think that's a big call? I'm not sure he will. I don't think he'll choke. I don't think he'll choke. I think he might lose to a better player, but I don't think he'll choke. What do you think, Steve?
I'd be nearer to Dave than you there. I think this is too much for him. I think it's too much for him to win your first PGA Tour title in the US Open. It's very early
I see what you mean,
very early stages, isn't it? When we're going down the stretch, the tournament hasn't started yet, as we always say. The back nine Sunday, and how's your luck? Scottie Scheffler is your man up against you.
I know.
That's a stinker, isn't it? He's rolled some incredible putts, hasn't he? I mean, this guy is an interesting chap. Have you been stalking his family recently, Steve? That's what I would ask.
He hasn't got any kids. No, he's just got his lady wife who gives him a lot of advice. I mean, she was a hero before the Masters. He was crying like a baby on the final round before the final round of the Masters, and she calmed him down and just said, "It's got nothing to do with you. Like, God will decide who wins, and just chill out, mate." And it worked.
Once again, the knowledge is a bit freaky. Some colleagues that knew I was coming on this at the Racing Post said, "Ask him again. We heard you say that last time. Ask him how he knows about the family. His Auntie Rita's going in for her dental plan's gone tits." It's like, it's like, how do you know this sort of stuff?
Oh, I tap all their phones. I know
that. A couple more comments, guys. Gary,
in your world, it's probably not that difficult.
Gary says, "Can't remember any McCarthy. You're not getting mixed up with Todd Cartier." Well, Todd Cartier obviously played Tucker Jenkins, the the star character. And what I'm saying with Denny McCarthy, he sort of sounds like a kid who was in Grange. And then Gripper Stebson, says Steve Madge, the bully in Grange. It's a good name for a golfer. That is a good name. Gripper Stebson III. Yeah, I like that. Very good. What handicaps dual playoff, says Amanda. Steve, what are you off these days?
20 these days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you're good value for that. I'm 24 and I'm hopeless value. Dave, what do you play off?
I'd need to invent mine again, I think, probably. I need to go around a couple of times. But what did I used to play off? Probably around about 20, I think, probably.
Okay, mate. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us, Dave. It's been lovely to have you on the show, as always. Join us for the Open, won't you? How many have you got round there for the party?
It's lively tonight, actually.
Is it?
I think everyone's just loved Royal Ascot this week, and the weather's been amazing, isn't it? So, yeah.
And what's it going to be like? What's the host called?
The host is called B.
B?
Yeah, B.
What, a lady? Beard, short for beard.
We've got Lewis as well, and there's an Ollie and a Dan, and they're all playing cards at the moment. I've told them to all vamoose, basically.
And how is B going to take it when you let slip that the house you're in now isn't quite as nice as the one you're in for the USPJ?
I've seen it in the comments as well, by the way. Where's that kid?
Take it all right.
Look at this bloke. What's he saying? Chris Fisher. Is Dave stuck in a 90s, 50s?
Look, no, Chris, that's enough. That's enough. B is already cross enough with Dave.
This is actually the Racing Post office, would you believe? They don't let me out.
I can see that door bursting open any minute. B's going to say about my house.
Oh, here's one of our regulars on RP Live. Steve, you need to deliver this name for me. I need to hear you say this.
No, Zugru.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Zugru. Say hi to Dave for me. Great. It's been one. I mean, the numbers have been off the charts this week, Bruce. It's been absolutely fantastic. And we can have a bit of a chill out now. And I'll watch this tonight and have a few drinks tonight. A bit of dinner.
Right, well, let's hope Johnny Rahm.
Viva Spania. We can still do this, Steve, can't we?
We can still do this, and you might have called the Fitzpatrick choke very early there because look, he could be 3-putting. He's putting for eagle, and now he's got this for birdie. So he's left himself one of those, isn't he?
Blimey! All right then, David. You take care, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. See you soon, pal. Cheers, bud. Fitzpatrick makes that birdie, so we've got 2 tied on the lead at -6, and they are 4 shots clear. Like I say, we've only been playing an hour. Scheffler and Fitzpatrick are -6 locked together, and then we've got 4 players at -2 who are Rahm, Zalatoris, McCarthy, and Joel Darman. And then on -1 we have got Morikawa, McIlroy, and Hadwin. So that means that the latest betting from our sponsors, Boyle Sports. Oh, we've got a double box. I love a double box.
Rambo, surely for birdie. They haven't shown.
This is Rahm for birdie, and
I'm hoping it is. They haven't shown enough shots, have they?
I love a double box. So exciting. Anyway, Scheffler's 11-10, Fitzpatrick's 11-8, Rahm is 10, Zalatoris 11. He must have done something good. And it's 33, Rory McIlroy as Rahm's birdie attempt.
Yeah, it was a wishy-washy effort. That wishy-washy effort.
It was, yeah. If we go back to Boyle Sports prices, don't forget we've got loads and loads to choose from, as well as lowest round score. We've got a Rory McIlroy boost. We've got betting without. That'll be interesting. Oh, betting here. Have a look at this, Steve. I like this market.
What you got?
Betting without John Rahm, Matt Fitzpatrick, Scottie Scheffler, and Will Zalatoris. How about that? And Morikawa is 3-1, so he must be putting, he's
a good old shift.
McIlroy's gone out to 7s. Oh, no, it's just come back to 7-2. So I'd imagine the shot we're looking at now, it ends up being quite good. Although it doesn't look very good. It looks like he's carved it onto the other side. Yeah, he has. That's rubbish. Right, so without Rahm, Fitzpatrick, Scheffler, and Zalatoris, Boyle Sports goes 7-2 McIlroy, 7-2 Morikawa, 11-2 McCarthy, 6 Joel Damon. Am I right? It's Damon or Darman, Steve?
Joel Damon.
Damon, okay, sorry. I've been calling him Darman like an idiot. Hadwin and Burns are 9. Matsuyama's 5, so he's coming back into it. The point I'm making is we've got 2 balls, and not just 2 balls. When you click on a 2 ball, say we've got Rahm against Keegan Bradley here. You click on where it says 19 more markets. You've got the 2 ball winner. You've got the time. Matsuyama with a good putt. You've got individual hole winners. You've got the players score at individual holes. There is loads and loads to bet on. So on the Boyle Sports website, loads of stuff to enjoy and get stuck into there. They're probably I think with all those Boyle Sports markets, Steve, they're the sort of thing where if you really want to kind of high turnover, low stakes, fun bet, okay, see how we get on. Yeah, we'll go again. I think it's great for all that kind of stuff, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, you've got to keep an eye on them. You've got to be ahead of the game and get your bets on early.
You do. You serve a hole in advance. So, for instance, if you wanted to back Scheffler to do something good on the 9th, you'd have to place your bet before he tees off on the 8th. So, as you say, Steve, you just get ahead there, don't you?
Ahead of the game, That's Joel Damon. That's Joel Damon. I mean, you talk about like if you're a neutral, you'd want Fitzpatrick to win. I mean, it'd be a close run thing. I mean, you'd love to see Joel Damon win, wouldn't you?
Well, tell me why.
As a neutral. Well, he's a really good lad, very honest character. He's a cancer survivor. You know, he's been through.
Oh, is he? Well, I mean, that's the headline, isn't he? He's a cancer survivor. I mean, being a good lad is fine, but really, he's a cancer survivor.
Yeah. Testicular cancer, I believe it was. And
blimey, I want him to win then.
A hugely emotional victory for him to win. So as a neutral, it's Fitz or Damon. As a punter, it's still Rahm. But I think Scheffler's really got a hold on this at the moment, isn't he?
I'm not seeing any choke here from the Fitz. He looks absolutely great. Mind you, he's just left himself really the hardest two-part on not just this course, but any golf course.
What's the name of that family that he's staying at? You mentioned it earlier.
I can't remember. The Fultons or something, is it?
I think you said the McGiddies or something.
No, I said Higgins. Just I think they were called the Fultons.
But well, I wonder if they're following him round. You know, he might be.
I'm sure they are. Yeah. They're bound to be, aren't they? That'd be a bit mean, wouldn't it, if they're putting him up and they're like, so good luck today, Matt. Here's your breakfast. We're at a bit of a loose end today. You know, we weren't sure what to do. And he just goes, oh, well, there's a theme park down the road. You can enjoy that. I'm sure he's sorted them out. He must have done.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Then.
He's very attached to this place. And he's like, Brookline's favourite son. It's a very strange set of dynamics.
Here's Scheffler's tee shot at 8. It's a par 5, isn't it? One of only 2 on the course.
Yeah. This is a key shot.
Has he found the CMP?
He has, isn't it? Why did we give up on the Chef?
I know. I mean,
I just thought he was this would be the first win we haven't had him for.
Yeah, he's won 4 times and we've tipped him every time. Why did you let him go?
I felt he just wasn't quite there. I didn't think he was playing as well as he had been going into the Masters. I think he'd had a little form dip. He was missing some tiddlers in some regulation events, and I just thought he'd slightly dipped in form, but he's obviously saving it for the big one again, wasn't he? I mean, he was we were running for the USPGA. He was on the wrong side of the draw, and he was getting really agitated. He's been a lot calmer this week. His mental strength is incredible, isn't it?
It really is.
Wife, aside, I think his wife is an excellent sort of counsellor when things are going wrong. I mean, he spoke about her again this week. He was talking to her about, and she goes, list the emotions that you felt today, and he was explaining to reporters, what he said. It was quite funny what he said. He said the 2 emotions he felt today were happiness and sadness. He said, when I play good golf, I'm happy. When I play bad golf, I'm sad.
I think he keeps it quite simple up top, doesn't he? And then, I mean, neither you nor I are pretty all that religious, but I guess he uses his faith to good effect, doesn't he? He just puts his trust in the Lord, and away he goes.
I think it is a factor. Yeah, it is a sort of it gives you a real sort of belief that there's higher forces at work. It sort of takes pressure off a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe we should have that in the price box next to the ATPs. Who's religious?
A little cross we could have, couldn't we?
We could. Yeah, we could.
Okay. Harry says, could we have another sync up, please? He's just finished watching the Formula One. Okay, Harry. As soon as we see someone taking a shot, why? What?
Oh, who won the Formula One? We've got to show a bit of interest.
My answer to that would be, who cares? Okay. Right, Paul Allen says, Bruce, this is the last word on Grange-Hill. I think you might be thinking of Mr. Bronson's nemesis, Danny Kendall, brackets RIP. Yes, I might have been. Here we go then. Zalatoris will say dirt when he hits his shot. Duh!
Yes,
oh, you're just a bit behind me. We might do another one actually after, because we sprung that on you a little bit late. Oh, it's a lovely shot by Zalatoris. I like that.
Yeah, well done, Will. That's a lovely shot. Lovely goal shot.
He was that Owen Wilson lookalike thing was going on again, wasn't it? And someone asked him in a press conference if he knew he looked like Owen Wilson, and he made this really funny face and went, "Wow, I didn't quite get that." I actually think he looks a bit like Bernhard Langer. Can you see that?
Yeah. There's a little bit of Bernhard in there, isn't there? I think he knows all about that Owen Wilson
he must
stuff.
Do.
I think it might have been a sarcastic wow, as if to say, "Of course, of course I know."
Or it's the US Open, and you're a journalist with accreditation to ask me about golf, and you've asked me if I'm aware I look like the bloke out of Marley and Me. What do you associate Owen Wilson with? I always go with Marley and Me. Have you watched that?
Know. I associate him with a suicide attempt. Unfortunately, didn't he try and kill himself or have some? That's the only thing I think about when I think of him.
Oh, okay.
Poor lad.
Well,
yeah, show all the money
in me just to bring the mood up a little bit. Have
sure.
you seen that?
No, that's what I mean. I don't watch many films.
It's a beautiful film about a golden retriever or a Labrador. It does admittedly end up perishing, but I see. Brutal 85 has cleared that up. He says Owen Wilson says "wow" in one of his films, so he was joining in. Sorry, our lack of film knowledge there has let us down. Okay, apologies. We've got another guest, Wilco.
Hello,
mate. How are you?
I'm very well, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Yeah, good. Are you eating?
We're all right.
No, mate. I'm fully nourished.
Good lad.
Just watching the action avidly.
Let's introduce you to Ian Wilkerson, our second guest of the night, our beloved friend from the Racing Post Sports Desk.
Everybody.
Wilco's a jack of all trades, but what he also is a golf super sub. So whenever Steve goes on holiday, Wilco comes in with doing the Racing Post previews, and he's got an excellent record. He really is a super sub. As we see Sam Burns' attempt to pick a shot up on the par 5 come to nothing. Fitzpatrick's 2-putt here, Steve. I mean, I honestly think he's 3-1 to get up and down it, or to 2-putt it. It's horrible. This is going to run right away unless it goes in, which it doesn't. It's a decent effort, actually. That was hard. What do you make of it, Wilkes?
Pardon?
Sorry, good start. What do you make of it?
What do I make of it? Well, I've got the 2 coolest men in Massachusetts are the 2 at the top of the leaderboard, aren't they? They just seem they're just out there and just doing their bit, aren't they? I mean, how's Scheffler? I mean, he dropped 5 shots in 4 holes yesterday. He'd been home and hosed, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he had a back 9. Early in the back 9, he was all over the show.
I always think that with these majors, I mean, particularly with US Opens, because it's so tricky and the margins between success and failure on individual holes are so small. Like, you're always going to have 9 bad holes, however you do. And it's getting
Fitzpatrick for par. Oh, he's lipped out. So Scheffler's got the lead on his own. -6. It's -5 Fitzpatrick. -2 Rahm, Zalatoris and Damon. -1 McIlroy, Morikawa and Matsuyama. All change again.
He's coming in with an iron.
This is Scheffler trying to set up an eagle attempt.
That looks really good.
That's going back. That's going to be his foot.
Didn't catch it.
That's going way back. So he did, yeah. A lot of action on that, wasn't there? Who have you backed?
I think he didn't have enough club there, and he felt he needed to give it a little bit more. And sort of hat is Ted Scott wearing?
That's gone way back. Yeah, it's got all sorts of stuff on it, hasn't it? Wilco, who did you fancy at the start of the week?
I did like Fitzpatrick, mainly because of the everybody's talking about. Yeah. So here we go. So I've just been listening for the last half hour, and you were saying to people, we don't mind. Don't tell your after timers. We'll like to cheer you on.
Okay.
And then as soon as I come on and say I like Fitzpatrick,
I'm only joking, mate.
All right then. Yeah, of course you did.
What's happened there? Is that old?
Yesterday.
I always fall for that. Do
you remember the old days in the office when it was like that?
Yeah, Hopper always used to fall for it, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did. Yeah, if they were having, do you remember that, Steve? Where if they were having a recap, so they were showing who would have been the player at the time, and who would be a bowler that England had at that point, Graham Swan or something. Yeah. And if they sort of did a recap of the wickets and you looked up from your thing and they took a wicket and went, I got him. And if it was an old one, you had to go and get the tees. Yeah. We had some times, didn't we?
Oh, we did. Halcyon days. Come on, John. Let's play some golf. Here's Jonathan Rahm.
He's taken one hand off the club. It's never a good sign.
He's not going to have some.
Never a good sign. Where's that?
Well, he's bailed outright like Scheffler did on that hole. I mean, yeah, he needs to sort of step up a gear soon, doesn't he? But if Scheffler only makes par at that par 5, then
he's lost it. He's tantrum. No, he's boiled over. It's all done. So, Wilco, if you'd been tipping if you say Steve was off this week, which he obviously wouldn't be, and you were doing the tips in the Racing Post, who would you have gone for?
Well, I do like a bit of course form. So Fitzpatrick would definitely have been up there.
Yeah,
I liked him. So I like accurate golfers. I like unspectacular golfers. People who just not.
Joel Damon. You would have had Joel Damon each way, surely.
Probably not, mate. Got to say, I can't claim.
Very honest. Okay, Wilco. So if you're having a fresh position now, as the final group are playing the 7th hole of the final round, who would you be on? Who'd you like now?
I think Scheffler will get his job done, but I like that market you were talking about the without the
betting without
Rahm, Fitzpatrick, Scheffler, and Zalatoris.
Well,
And
it's 7-2 the field.
Yeah, I like Matsuyama on that. I think what we're going to see probably is that these two might get away, or at least one of them. So somebody who's been out a bit earlier and got a score in will probably get the job done, because the others will lose heart and then just fall away.
Fair enough.
So I like Matsuyama in that. I think he might get it done.
Let's have a couple of comments. Sorry, guys, we've ignored you recently. Let's have a look. Blue Brecco says the Aussies win the World Cup of darts. Okay, fair enough. That's good. Liam Monaghan says, I can't think of a world number one with an uglier swing than Scheffler, but it certainly works. Is that fair, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fancy footwork in there, isn't there? But it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't.
Does it really matter, though? What it looks like?
Shot.
It's hard to think of a number one with an unconventional swing, isn't it?
I suppose, yeah. But,
Yeah,
but I mean, it doesn't matter what you look like, do you? You know, I don't think it's how I picked it.
No, that's true, mate.
It's true. How's your injury?
Someone else. Go on, Wilkes.
Wilco's got some sort of hamstring injury at the moment.
Calf.
I was at calf.
No, it's not too bad, actually. I'm going to the physios tomorrow. Hopefully going to be fit to do a 10K on Tuesday. So fingers crossed.
Good. I'm pleased to hear that. Good. I did 15Ks this morning, Steve. How about that, eh? 15Ks this morning.
15K. What we betting on? What we betting?
Then have you got an event you're doing?
No, I've got the Royal Parks Half Marathon in October. Nothing until then.
Cool.
Gary says, you're right. It's Will and Jen Fulton. They are the people who have Matt Fitzpatrick as their house guest this week. So that's
good. Yeah, it could be a party at the Fulton.
I think they do an Airbnb on the back of that. So you could just go and stay there.
Yeah. Matt Fitzpatrick
we went to Boston,
here.
could we go and stay with him?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Craig Ruddock says, Steve, you need to invest in a new settee. You always look uncomfortable on that thing, all hunched up.
Yeah, that's a fair comment. I mean, I've done it slightly differently today. I'm further away, allowing my neck to be more straight. Because last time I had some serious neck injury, so I was like that. But yeah, I'm happier for this one in terms of position than I was for the last one. But not betting positions. This, John Rahm. If John Rahm doesn't finish in the top three, I'm a very disappointed man.
Okay, James O'Rourke, who's new to the show. Thanks very much for joining us, James. He wants to know who Steve's idea of the winner is. And Steve said at the start of the show that he likes Rahm each way with 3 places. I think we're going to need all 3 of those places as things stand. But, I mean, we've seen before, Wilco, this week, haven't we? You referenced it, that Scheffler had a massive meltdown in the last couple of days, didn't he? So it is possible. It's a hard golf course, isn't it?
Well, look what happened to Rahm on 18. I mean, I went to bed and he was playing 18. He was 2 clear, and I got up in the morning and then he was back to 3 under. So, you know, there's so much. It's never really over, is it? Particularly these US Open.
Because when they get to the 18th hole, it's generally open, mate. But yeah,
I suppose. But I did think, there could be a playoff.
Oh, don't. If there is, we're getting you back out of bed. We're not doing it alone this time. He's that shit from Scheffler, and he's come up short.
I looked up about this because this will be the.
It's gone right. It's not going all the way back down, is it?
I don't think that's stopping.
I'll tell you what. This could go back to his feet. This could be a do not move job. It is drama, folks. Let's see what that does to the outright. So basically, let me fill you in what's happening here, dear viewers. Scheffler was his 3rd shot to the par 5. It was an uphill chip. He landed it on the green, and it's literally rolled all the way back 40 yards back down to his feet. Now, this is where that temperament does come into it, but it also makes life very interesting on the betting. Boyle Sports now go 10-11 Scheffler, 7-4 Fitzpatrick, 6 Zalatoris. I repeat, 6 Zalatoris, 5 Zalatoris, 12 Johnny Rahm, and 33 Bar.
That sort of shot just bemuses shot tracker followers, doesn't it? Like he's been at that 1 yard, so he's in the fairway and he's at 1 yard.
Oh, that's what happens, is it? Yeah, that always bemuses me as well. He's hit a good effort here, but he's basically got 8 foot, a snaker from left to right for his par there, isn't he, Steve?
He has. No, the golf tournament's back alive again. As Scheffler was taking a firm grip on proceedings. Hopefully, John Rahm will have a little leaderboard watch in a minute because he needs his mood to perk up. Oh my God, he's left himself one of those.
He's got pretty much the same putt that Scheffler's got at the previous.
No, this is shorter than Scheffler's, but it's he's not in the good frame of mind, is he? Come on, John. There's a long way to go. Just play a little golf now.
Yeah,
good lad.
that's in. That's good.
Good lad.
Scheffler -6, but in trouble. Well, not in trouble, but a difficult little part.
Coming in with an iron for a second shot there. I'd be mightily disappointed if he bogeys that. It could be a bit of a game changer, that.
Here we are back with
You
Rory
just got to
on
keep
the
your head,
ninth.
haven't you? Because everybody makes mistakes. I heard Justin Rose say this before the tournament. You've got to bear in mind that you're going to make mistakes, but everybody else is going to too. So you can't get too wound up about it.
It's all, I've said this all along. The difference between the guys on tour and the guys selling Mars bars in the club shop and going on about how they beat so and so in the under 13s is temperament, isn't it? You know, it's the ability to just keep calm and make. Oh, look at this!
Oh my goodness!
Whoa! Goodness me! He's almost holed out from 150. Incredible. John Story says, lads, you're all in sports gear, like you've just got out the gym. Are none of you on the lash after a post-Father's Day roast while you watch the golf? John, we'd love to be, my friend, but we've got to do this. I know it seems shambolic, but we've got to be quite professional. Now, I'm the only one who's actually exercised today. Wilco's got a calf injury, and to be fair to him, 2 weeks ago, he ran the Edinburgh Marathon. What's your excuse, Steve?
I've got young children. They just dominate my... I've got too much responsibility to exercise. I can't possibly exercise. No, I had fish and chips supper. And then, this is a gift, actually, this shirt. It's a Father's Day gift. So
it's a Father's Day gift?
Don't diss the new shirt. No,
can I have a look at it, mate? All I can see, you're quite a way away, so I've got a kind of blue T-shirt. Can you? I need some more detail.
Some sort of seagull on it. Can you see the seagull crest? I think.
Yeah. Well, that's from Hollister then. That'll be a Hollister T-shirt. That's very nice. That you're down with the kids with a bit of
Hollister. Not Albion.
No. Yeah. No, that's nice. I like that. Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
good choice by Grace and Tiger. Nothing to do with Nicola. Good. Wilco, what else? Someone asked what your golf handicap is. Now, you, my friend,
Bandit.
Well, you won a golf tournament that I played in recently by half the track at a very difficult course, didn't you? So whatever you are, you're good value for it. Zalatoris, by the way, goes to -4.
I play very infrequently, but Steve played me. We had a lovely time. We had a lovely day.
No, I remember that. Yeah, we both played quite well, didn't we? I think we won tickets to a big race meeting, didn't we? But I can't go because I'm doing one of these on the day, I think.
Yeah, anyway, when are you? So I've got to take him up on that.
Steve,
Scottie Scheffler, keep up this, crucial. Could be a game changer if he misses.
He doesn't. He doesn't miss. He just finds the right edge of the cart. Yeah,
he's giving it a fist pump.
He stays -6. Fitzpatrick -5 rather. Zalatoris -4. His latest betting from Boyle Sports: 5-6 Scheffler, 11-4 Fitzpatrick, 4 Zalatoris, 12 Rahm, 33 Damon, 50 McIlroy. I wouldn't say you can forget the rest because I'm not going to say that because I think anything can happen here. So
that's an early fist pump from Scheffler. That's Hideki Matsuyama.
Matsuyama. That's two absolute monsters. He's hold. I'm told the rumor is he's the next one to defect.
Really?
Have you heard that?
Who's told you that one?
I read it in a reputable newspaper.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're announcing the next Live Golf field, I think, either tomorrow or next week. And rumor has it that Matsuyama has been lured. What do you think of that?
I think he won't really be missed. All the people that have gone so far, I thought, well, they won't really be missed. And he's another one that we can live without if that's the case.
Yeah, but Steve, one by one, brick by brick, there's a new world order, isn't there?
Well, they just need one name that sends the shockwaves. A Rory McIlroy, a Victor Hovland, a John Rahm. I mean, John Rahm ruled it out, didn't he? John Rahm played practice rounds with them.
Are you saying Victor Hovland would be a bigger defector than Matsuyama?
Yeah. If you get a young
with his huge interest in the Far East, I
can't buy that, mate. It's got to be better than just like the fact that he's a good golfer and he's a youngster.
Matsuyama's a master. He's a major winner, isn't he? No, Matsuyama's a bigger name than Hovland.
Well, I'm a big Hovland.
You're a purist, aren't you? So
I just think he's much younger, isn't he? I don't know. I haven't seen anyone go yet that I thought, oh well, that's that. Then that's the end of the PGA Tour.
I think it's going to cause more damage to the European Tour, really, because even people who are mediocre are going.
But the thing is, though, Wilco, there is a choice, isn't there, for the European Tour? Because if they say to the Live Tour players, you can come and, when you've only got 8 tournaments this year, but you can come and play with us as well, then that might that might give them some of the kind of luster that their tour's missing.
Yeah, they've probably not got the choice, have they, to do it, because it really would be down to sort of no marks, wouldn't it? I mean, it's the standard of the fields that you generally get in European Tour. People can, they worry about even the top European players. They never play in the European Tour, do they?
No, but what I'm saying is, if they say to the live golfers,
is when they throw a bit of desert money and they go and play in those tournaments.
Yes, but if the European Tour says to the live golfers, you've only got 7 more tournaments this year. When you're not playing there, you're fine to play with us. Mm. Then all of a sudden they'll get some big names in their tournaments. That's what I'm saying. So it'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
On this subject, Liam Monaghan says it would be interesting to see what the live prize money looks like in 5 years. Can't be sustainable. Well, they are pretty deep, those pockets, Liam. So, I mean, admittedly, they're not going to be sustainable if, your 4th favourite for a tournament is Louis Oosthuizen, not besmirching him. But, there could become a tipping point. This is a very...
The pockets are just unlimitedly deep, aren't they? I mean, the Western world's completely potless. And, all the money these days is in those areas. So... I don't think money's going to be an issue. It's just whether there's enough players willing to just give up on legacy, prestige, history. Rory McIlroy winning the Canadian Open, a tournament that's been around since the old king died. There's legacy and history, and there's things that mean more than money without being too romantic about it.
But then are there enough mercenaries? Aren't they?
Well, yeah. Are there enough mercenaries out there that just entirely obsessed with the bank balance and? Dustin Johnson's won $72 million on the PGA Tour. Is that not enough?
Well, but you say that, but then someone's offered him $150 million.
Yeah, I know. But I just,
it's a hard one to turn down.
The same with footballers' wages and things like that.
Well, I was going to say, what if they started saying that, we'll try and get the big clubs to come over and play in a Saudi-sponsored European Super League or a Saudi Premier League, and they start offering £1 million a week to all the footballers? Where does it all end? Who knows? Johnny Tolmie says, I've not lost faith in Rambo. I'm watching from Mallorca tonight. Lovely stuff, Johnny. Lucky you. Very jealous.
Yeah, have a good time.
When he comes up with a joke there, hashtag Steve Palmer. Love it.
I see what you've done there.
That's comment of the day so far. You're going to have to go someone to beat that. Definitely.
I've been to Palmer. I like Palmer. It's a good place.
Palmer in Palmer. There's a new series there.
I've not given up either, mate. I've not given up either, Johnny. I think this par 5 8th hole's crucial. I wish they'd show a bit more, though. I think they're just going to suddenly cut to John Rahm in the rough for his 3rd shot or something crazy.
Are you slightly disappointed with the... I think the dog's in the lounge. That shouldn't be happening. The dog's
there's a dog on the loose.
No, it's not on the loose, but... No, she's not. She's all right. Don't worry.
Your dog vomited last time I was at your house. Do you remember that? Was that the same dog?
I don't remember it. No, I
vomited in the middle of the night, and I was thinking, "Oh my god!"
Oh yes, I was telling that story to people to Dave on Racing Post Live. So basically, when Steve was kipping at my house one night after a night on the lagers, he stayed in my daughter's bed. My daughter was having a sleepover somewhere else, and my dog would sleep underneath the bed, underneath my daughter's bed. That was where her preferred sleeping place was. So she hunkered down for the night before me and Steve got in. Steve went to bed and woke up, and the dog, I don't think she was vomiting as such, was she?
There was some strange noises coming.
Yeah, she was making strange noises, and you thought it was haunted or something, didn't you? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't know what to think. I thought maybe you'd bubbled over and, one too many wines. But then I found out the next morning it was the dog, thank goodness.
Oh, wow. Chris Hall is listening from the beach at Sandy Lane in Barbados. Chris, so jealous. Without headphones, wildly unpopular. All right, Chris, how's it going there? Let's make him even more unpopular. Good luck, Chris. Let us know who you're backing, mate. Brutal. Steve, brutal 85 reassures us that Rahm is 300 down the middle on the par 5 8. He says, don't worry.
Well, thanks, mate. Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
It's good show, isn't it? We're now getting told what happens from the listeners rather than from the pictures we're watching.
Because we're just nattering and not talking about the golf.
My computer's too far away for me to actually look at the shot tracker. But yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's work both ways.
Let's let Wilco go. Before you go, Wilco, you've got to tell us who wins and by how far.
Scheffler by 3.
Scheffler by 3. Can you just stay on for 10 seconds? Because I'm going to take my top off, I've got a t-shirt underneath. But whenever I take it off, my t-shirt rucks up, and people would be able to see my bare torso, which wouldn't be good. So hang on a sec.
Did you say what's an offer?
Can we get a lot for your money's worth on this gig, didn't you?
He's Leslie Grantham you. He's going to Leslie Grantham you in a minute. You won't. He'll come back totally topless and start doing crazy things. What's Jim Frater saying? Can you see these things on the street? Jim Frater says,
sorry, I'm late. Just watching the Aussies beat the Welsh at the darts. How's my each way on Hideki looking, Steve?
It's looking rather good, actually. Yeah, it's certainly looking a lot better than it did before this round started. Yeah, Hideki's finishing with a wet sail, as they say in the
what price is he on that others market now? 6-4. Go on, Hideki.
6-4 in the others. Yeah. Good chance.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, Jim's one of our regulars.
It's taking him a long time to take this jumper off, isn't it? Oh,
here he comes.
Here we go. Back.
Sorry. I also went to the refrigerator.
Oh, did you?
I did.
William Perry, as I like to call it. Yeah, I might have to go to the William Perry in a minute, if that's all right with you.
Wilco, can you stay on while Steve goes to the refrigerator?
I'm going nowhere, mate.
I'll come. Oh, good man. I thought you said I'm staying.
No,
go on, Steve, quick. Oh, good man. Good man. So, sorry, I didn't get your answer. Who's going to win and by how many?
I think Scheffler will win by about 3.
Do you? You think Fitzpatrick will fall away?
Yeah, he'll fall away a little bit and Scheffler will kick on a little bit.
Okay,
it's been great, though, isn't it? It's been a really good tournament.
Really good course, isn't it? Lovely track, this.
Yeah.
I mean, why do they come here so infrequently?
Yeah, man.
Great course. Yeah, it's a great course. When you look at some of the gaffs they go to. Let me see what else people are saying. Cheers, Bruce. Chris Hall says, pure hatred now because he's on the beach and we started yelling. He hasn't got headphones on. He'd love Fitzy to win. A triumph for putters. Correct, Chris. We are, like I say, though, insanely jealous of you for being in the beautiful sandy lane in Barbados. What else have we got? I'm waiting on my battered sausage and chips to arrive, says Andrew. I definitely don't need to be seeing Bruce's torso before eating. You do not, or indeed after, and especially during. So I spared you that. Paul Woodman says, been saying footballers' wages can't be sustainable for years, but still the money's pouring in. Exactly. And Liam says, think this tournament is going to be a bad one for the bookies looking at the current top 10. Well, Liam, it's a very good point, that, because obviously with the bookmakers betting 10, 11, 12 places, if you look at the current top 10, Wilco, Scheffler obviously is going to be well back. Fitzpatrick, particularly in Britain, where he's popular. Zalatoris, popular. Matsuyama, popular. Damon is the only one who very few people would have had. Rahm, Morikawa, and McIlroy. I suppose McCarthy's a pretty good one, isn't it?
They haven't got many students in there, have they? Because Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick played so well at the PGA, so they'd have come into sort of factors of people who had fancied something at about 33-1 or something like that. They'd definitely have had their support, wouldn't they?
Oh, let's go back to the market we've been talking about for a while, actually, because this has got hotter. Scheffler 13. This is lowest fourth round score, and obviously Miglozzi set the pace with a -4. He's 5-2. Scheffler 13-8. He's on -4. Matsuyama's putting around together. He's currently -3, and therefore he's -4 actually through 13. And actually, given what Steve was saying, that the start of the back nine is really difficult, I suppose you could make a case for Matsuyama, but I can't really because I already said Miglozzi's the bet. And then Morikawa was 8. So, interesting market. There's loads on here, Wilco. If you go through that Ball Sports menu, there's just tons and tons of things to bet on. It's very good.
It's really good, isn't it? It's great stuff. The whole in-running thing, people think, oh, well, you pick your golfers on Tuesday or Wednesday and that's it. But there's so much stuff. You don't have to get involved at massive odds or something. There's loads of little interest bets that you can have during the course of the night, isn't there?
Absolutely. Scheffler for birdie, but he's overcooked it. It's a tap-in par, but he's given himself looks. So at the moment, it's been a terrific front nine for Scheffler there. He's going to be absolutely delighted. He started off -2. He's got to -6. He's got the lead. He's in great shape.
Have they shown Rahm's approach to 8 yet? Did I miss that? Is this Regal? Must be. This is what I'm on about. The coverage is poor. Unless I was.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Oh no! What happened there?
That's brutal to tell us what happened there. I mean, what happened there?
Oh,
goodness me! This is going to be a mission now, isn't it? He's messed up the 2 easiest holes. He missed. Oh,
Who's
dear,
this?
oh dear.
Is this little Fitzpatrick's approach to the par 5, isn't it? He likes it. He's chased after it. He's gone scuttling after it. He's found the green, so he will have a look at eagle. And I tell you what, it's not a bad one. It's about 25 foot. Wilco, thank you so much. We've
absolute treasure,
got too much out of you. When you invoice us, you can put yourself down for double bubble, mate. Good luck for the rest of the evening, my friend.
Lovely to see you boys too. You take care. You have a good time.
Cheers,
good
mate.
luck.
Ian Wilkerson there, one of the real solid legend of the Racing Post Sports Desk. One for Steve from Perry Lee says, whatever happened to Anthony Kim? Quite an interesting story, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very interesting story. Yeah, he decided that reportedly that his insurance was worth more than the prize money he was going to win. So he got an injury and decided to just retire very early and take the insurance money, I believe. Is that right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't he go off the rails a little bit as well? Or am I getting myself into all sorts of problems?
Yeah, I think he liked to party. But
because when we went to the 2008 Ryder Cup in Valhalla, he was playing with Mickelson. Do you remember? We were standing there and there was all sorts of rustling in this kind of copse behind us, and Mickelson and Kim were in there, weren't they, trying to find a ball or something?
Well, Mickelson was probably checking the American football results or something.
College football story.
But yeah, Anthony Kim was one of the greatest, most gifted natural players ever. There's a lot of his peers believe that he would have been world number one for ages. It's just, it's a real waste of a career if that's the reason that he knocked it on the head, just to pocket a bit of instant dough.
So many lovely comments coming in. Really sorry if we can't get through them all, but there are just loads and loads. And Tom Eskin says Damon is very popular among the US punters due to his Twitter antics. I don't follow Damon. Is he a good tweeter?
Yeah. I think he's just one of these honest guys who, he admits he has no chance of winning majors. He's very downbeat on himself. Very self-deprecating. He seems like a really good egg. So let's hope he wins the US Open.
Talking of good eggs, our old mate Ash White says, Bruce, I'm at a wedding. I'm gutted I'm missing this. Cheer on the chef for me. Go on, the chef. Jermaine Dupree, we're getting off piste very early. What's the best mid-round chocolate bar? Do you know what? Before you go with your one, I never eat Mars bars except during rounds of golf because I find them hard work. They're really sort of that nougat. No, it's not nougat, but there's a kind of, what's that sort of brown? There's obviously the chocolate coating, the toffee, and then the sort of ballast is a kind of, what would you call it?
I don't know what you'd call it. I think you would call it a soft nougat, wouldn't you?
But anyway, whatever it.
That's a good try.
Rory.
That's Rory. Yeah,
but whatever it is, I don't like that. But I think that when I have a Mars bar during a round of golf, it feels like it's going to energise me. So I'll go Mars bar. What are you going for, Steve?
Well, does Jermaine mean mid-round for when you're playing golf, or does he mean mid-round when you're watching golf? I mean, I'd like to hear more from Jermaine. Playing. You need something that's not going to melt, don't you? So the Kit Kat's got a nice bit of wafer in the middle that can absorb any melted chocolate. So I go with the 4-finger Kit Kat. I once ate about 40 4-finger Kit Kats at an Open Championship once. In the you get a very good deal when you go to the Open Championship. You get
160 fingers.
You get a credit, like in the restaurant, in the cafeteria, you get a credit. And I used to just get like 20.
Oh, what, in the press room? You go in there and absolutely nick all the 4-finger Kit Kats.
I ain't been for a few years, so I don't know whether it's changed. Perhaps in the cost of living crisis, they're not so generous. But yeah, I'd say a Kit Kat, to cut a long story short.
Guys, can I just give us, in the next 5 minutes, let us know with the show, do you get enough updates? Do you want more betting updates? Do you want us to talk about, do you want to be more, like Ewan Murray and Andrew Coulthard and tell you who's got what and how far it is? Or are you happy for us to chat away while you're watching as well? So let us know. Meanwhile, here's Fitzpatrick for an eagle at the 8th and the solo lead. It's on his way. It's not going to go in, but it's a lovely effort. It's a kick-in birdie. He is going to join Scheffler at -6. So we've got two leaders. Scheffler, -6 through 9. Fitzpatrick, -6 through 8. Zalatoris. I don't know what Zalatoris is up to here on this hole, by the way. But he is -4 as things stand. Like I said, I don't know what that putt is. Here's Matsuyama is making a move. I mean, this is at the 625 yard par for par 5, and it's got to go in if he's got any chance of winning. He's dug it out of the rubbish. It's going to be a par, I think, from there. Let's get Ball Sports' latest betting for you on the 2022 US Open. Scottie Scheffler 13 to that's the lowest round score. Scottie Scheffler evens. Matt Fitzpatrick 6-4. Will Zalatoris 11-2. 50-1. McIlroy 50. Damon 50. Rahm. Steve, that is an absolute calamity for you. I'm really sorry for you there. Matsuyama 66, Bradley 80. So it looks like it is between the front three in the market. Zalatoris leaves his birdie putt at 8. Well short. Okay.
The 17th is quite an easy hole, Brew. The 17th. So Hideki Matsuyama could post 3 under, I'd say.
Okay, fair enough.
By birdieing 17 and par on the others. So, yeah, maybe 3 under if Scheffler gets some sort of wobbles. He's hit a bad tee shot at 10 there.
Okay. Yeah, Robert Williams says, chat away while watching, please. Okay, mate, we'll chat away, but we will try and keep you up to speed with what's going on. Anthony Wheelahan says, it's perfect. It is. Thank you very much, Anthony. We love having your company. And Richard says, just be yourselves. Love it. Okay, thank you very much for those. We will carry on chattering away about all sorts of nonsense and try and keep you loosely up to speed with what's going on. Steve, Danny123 says, how is Trifle Face? I read your book a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely sensational.
I saw Trifle Face yesterday. I don't see as much of him these days, but he came to my barbecue yesterday and he was in fine fettle, quaffing Thatcher's cider. And then I told him he had to update his Twitter profile pic because he had Phil Mickelson. And he said, you can't have Phil Mickelson anymore because he's public enemy number 1. But then I wish I hadn't said that because then he switched it to a picture of me. With my apron on, cooking the sausages. So
did you have a comedy apron? What sort of apron did you go with?
My apron says "serious about sausage" on it, which is it's not comedy. I am serious about sausage.
It's a heartfelt message, is it?
Yeah, it's a war cry.
Where did you get it? Did you embroider it yourself, or is it an off the peg?
I think Nicola got me that. Yeah, my lady wife got me that. I love sausages. I really do, and I know they're bad for you, but I can't get enough of them. I've sort of accepted that. Yeah, if it means I die young, it doesn't really matter because I'll have some good years eating some lovely sausages. I mean, you can guarantee to live longer if you eat better, can't you? But yeah, do you want to have those years of eating better and eating like broccoli sandwiches and being miserable? It's not worth it, is it?
I agree.
Eat sausage and die young.
Tommy P says, my biggest take from Steve's book was his love of Carling Black Label.
Carling Black Label.
Did you like Carling Black Label?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
Rob Studd's the Carling Black Label drinker.
Yeah, if you call it Carling Black Label, that's the funny element of it. If you go to the bar and order a Carling Black Label.
Yeah, I sometimes refer to it as Quick Fit Euro, the tyre fitter. It used to be called Quick Fit Euro. Did you know that?
Did it really? Blimey.
Yeah, it was Quick Fit Euro, and then it just became Quick Fit, but I still refer to it as Quick Fit Euro. And I also sometimes, just to rile my kids, call it Emmerdale Farm rather than Emmerdale. You do realise it's changed from Emmerdale Farm to Emmerdale, yeah?
No, I got you. Okay. Yeah. I don't watch much of that. Is that a hook from Fitzy? Oh no, it's all right, isn't it? No, it's very good. Very good.
Stephen Russell says, is Steve still a secret Everton fan? Didn't know you were.
Always have a soft spot. Yeah, I always have a soft spot for Everton because I saw him do a stirring comeback against Manchester United once, and I was there. And the Everton fans all seem like a jolly good bunch.
They do. Brendan Duke. Hang on, we've got to get Brendan Duke on. He's one of my favourite people in the whole wide world. I've never heard diabetes called a good deal. Lovely work. Yeah.
I think there's good value. There's good value in diabetes. If you're happy with it, then who's to say that's not the right way?
I suppose so. Yeah.
He's got a good lie there.
Andrew says, is Paul Keeley a fan of the golf? Does he have no interest? Well, I play golf with Paul Keeley every Monday. I'm teeing off with him at 8:30 tomorrow. He loves his golf. I'm sure he's had a punt today. He's another one who'll be busy after his Royal Ascot exertions. But yes, he absolutely loves his golf. And he's an extraordinary golfer. He's got the most animated swing. It's almost like a kind of hammer throw. The rotation he gets, and he puts so much into it. What happened with Scheffler there, Steve?
He's gone through the back of the green into the bunker. So, I say slightly odds on to make a bogey there.
Okay. I've gone with the Oh, we got a new guest. It's Wazza. Hey.
Hi guys, how you doing?
How are you, mate? Lovely to see you. So we've got Warren Ashus joining us from Leeds. Warren is another Racing Post Spotlight Sports Group stalwart. He's a top man, presenter, journalist, manager, organizer, and a mustard golfer. What do you play off, Warren?
I'm off 16 at the moment.
Oh, decent.
But,
you were playing somewhere swanky the other day, weren't you?
I was playing Moortown, so that's literally around the corner from where I live, which is the 1929 Ryder Cup course and 44th best course in the UK, according to the latest Top 100 survey.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah,
what's number one? I bet it's St Andrews, isn't it?
Do you know what? I think it's something like Carnoustie. I think so.
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
Well, St Andrews is like Carnoustie, I suppose.
Yeah, there's not too much difference. But yeah, it's Alistair Mackenzie course as well. So obviously he was designing of Augusta and All Woodley, which is just around the corner as well. That's also Alistair Mackenzie. So this is where he started his course design work.
Interesting.
Very bright there. Is it still light in Leeds? Is it?
It is,
Yeah,
Steve. It is. Yeah, it's a lovely night.
Incredible, isn't it?
The
Like,
light's pouring through your. Yeah, it's dark here.
It
does in the summer. It gets in the summer. It gets lighter the further north you go. Of course, you know, in Sweden they have virtually perpetual daylight, don't they? During winter, during the summer,
24 hours virtually.
Yeah, that is incredible. Yeah, you're very lucky. You're going to get probably sneak 9 holes in now by the look of it. It looks so bright.
Could well do.
My daughter was up in Leeds over the weekend, Warren. She was doing something called the Otley Run, which I believe is a massive great pub crawl. 18 pubs and everyone in fancy dress. She had a whale of a time. She loved it.
Yeah, it's one of the big highlights of Leeds, I think, for quite a lot of students. They like to go from, I think it's about 3 or 4 miles in total from one end to the other.
Yeah, 18 bars. Good effort, that. Kevin says Paul Keeley would be a good guest on Sweet Spot. He would, but he charges too much. But anyway, yeah. Go on, Steve.
Has she got friends up in Leeds then, your daughter?
Two of her uni friends are from there, yeah. So they got the coach up on Friday, which was nice. 7 hours in a coach in 35 degrees because the M1 was closed. But then I had a whale of a time yesterday and got the train down today. So
she's got back safely. She did 18 drinks, did she? I mean,
I think she skipped a couple.
I should hope so. Yeah.
And she's only a slip of a lass as well, so it's not really on that. But no, she loved it. But she said she was fascinated by the fact that people in Yorkshire use the word chuff instead of. That is
not
quite a weird one.
I have to say, but yeah, they do.
They say, is chuff a swear word? Sorry, am I?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not really. It's deemed to be a sort of cover for a swear word.
Oh, okay, yeah. People will say like, "Do I chuff?" instead of "Do I?"
I see. I see.
Yeah.
There's a bird called a chiff chaff, isn't there? Did you know that?
There is.
One of my favourite birds.
Andrew says it will still be daylight up here in Aberdeen until about 10:45. How about that? Because so you could tee off after you could play golf, finish at 8, tee off, and have half a chance of getting round. As we see Scheffler coming out the bunker at 10. He's right up against the lip. He's lifted it out just right. It's trundling down towards the hole. It's cracked on.
It's gone. That's good.
Right, Warren, honest question. Who did you fancy at the start of the week?
I'll be honest, I have my bets have crashed and burned somewhat. I quite fancied Tony Finau at the start of the week. Having seen him play in Canada last week, I thought he was in really good form. So I did have a couple of quid on him. And I also thought that Rory would be there or thereabouts. But I have to say, I mean, as Steve's mentioned on the Sweet Spot, obviously, last few weeks, just how well Fitzpatrick's been playing and the fact that, of course, he'd won the US Amateur here as well. I think he's been absolutely outstanding. I think he's plotted his way around brilliantly. And he was just mentioned on commentary, actually, a few minutes ago about how important Billy Foster's going to be down the straight because he's yet to win a major, obviously, with Lee Westwood for quite a period of time, but because of his experience, he's going to need to coax him round here. But I still fancy Fitzpatrick. I think he's got a great opportunity here to go on and win.
He's a lovely approach into 9. He's got.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in Yorkshire right now, aren't you, Wazza? So is there a good atmosphere up there? I mean, is the whole of Yorkshire behind him?
They are in this house, and I have to say, he's a really well liked guy, Steve. I think he's come across. I've seen him on a few videos where he's done There's one video in particular with like the YouTube sort of golf videos where they get ex-footballers or pros on, and they did one with Matt Fitzpatrick, and he was absolutely brilliant. He was so down to earth and such a really top bloke. And I think the way that he's played over the last 5 or 6 weeks in particular, he deserves to be in with a shout today. And sort of the way that he's come back in the last couple of years, having been up there, sort of, I would say, top 30 in the world or so, and then he kind of, fell off a cliff, so to speak, and then he's come back brilliantly well over the last few months, and I think he deserves it.
Yeah, he's very hard not to like, isn't he? Yeah, he's a very, very likeable lad. And he's had, as you say, he's had 7 top 10s this year on the PGA Tour. Like, relentless consistency. Is it finally going to yield some silverware?
Yeah, I think that sort of experience of the US Amateur is going to stand him in really good stead. And I say he seems to know exactly where to miss. If he is going to miss a part of the green, he knows exactly where to go. Having said that, I mean, obviously Scheffler's been mightily impressive as well. And I thought with that bunker shot just a moment or so ago that he got lucky, because it could have quite easily stuck in the thick rough between the green and the bunker.
Oh, he's dropped one.
Skip through. Yeah. He's missed it.
He's dropped one. Right. He's dropped one. Scheffler's dropped one. So Fitzpatrick leads on his own by 1. Scheffler starts the back 9 with a bogey. Fitzpatrick -6, Scheffler -5, Zalatoris -4, and everyone else -2 and worse. Let's see what that's done to the betting. Fitzpatrick odds on to win his first ever major. He's 10-11 with Boyle Sports. It's 13-8 Scottie Scheffler, 9-2 Zalatoris. Zalatoris has a look at par, up birdie as well. 50 Damon, 50 Rahm. Let's pick out between us one of these bets coming up. So we'll get the 2 balls up. And which one do you want to go? Should we go Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris or Rahm and Bradley? Which one do you want, Steve? Which one should we choose?
Let's have Rahm and Bradley.
Rahman Bradley, okay.
Miles ahead, I guess, isn't he?
So we've got 14. We've got 14 markets coming up. You can join in as well here. Let's go on to hole. Oh no, they're playing the 9th, so we can go hole 11. Hole 11. What will Rahm get? A birdie, a par, or a bogey? What is the 11th?
The 11th is a par 3, I think.
Oh, it's the little one, isn't it?
I think it's the little tidder.
It's the little 100-yard par 3.
Yeah.
It can't be 3-1 to get a bogey. You can't bogey that, can you? It's simple. Am I right?
I'm reaching up here to have a look at the prices for you, so I'm getting
right.
involved.
I've got them here. It's 1-2 a par. This is Johnny Rahm. 7-2 a birdie and 3-1 a bogey. I like the 7-2 a birdie because it's 100 yards. It's a little chip shot, lovely friendly pin. And he's so far back, he's got to go for it.
Just to say, Bruce, just had a quick look. Rahm parred that hole all of the previous 3 holes this week, 3 times this week. But as you mentioned, it's quite a bit shorter as well.
Oh, hello, Zalatoris -5. Wow, he's absolutely trammeling on that. So Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris going to the back 9. And what happens when the last group goes into the back 9 on a Sunday, Steve?
The tournament has started.
Yeah. And it is a 3-way go. Fitzpatrick -6, Scheffler -5, and Zalatoris -5. So, are you happy with the Rahm
birdie? Yeah, I'm happy with your choice. Let's go for the Rahm birdie. You're right. He's got to go absolute pin hunting now. There's no, the time is now for John Rahm. He's got to get involved.
The only question, of course, is whether Sky will deign to show it. Really?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. Well made.
What else you got to say, Warren? What else is happening here? What, have you noticed anything? Anyone caught your eye from down the field? Can anyone come from well back, or is it between these 3 now?
Well, Matsuyama from nowhere has appeared, hasn't he, on 2 under. I have to say, I like Fitzpatrick. I've been really impressed with Zalatoris the last few weeks. And we know we've mentioned about his putting from short range, but he's one of those streak, and I think somebody's going to have to do that now to try and bridge the gap at the top. And again, it wouldn't be undeserving for him considering how he's played the last 6 months. I thought at the start of the day, I did think if anybody was going to come from the pack, I was thinking probably Rahm, McIlroy, or a Morikawa, but I think they're probably too far behind now to have that impact. And I think Zalatoris is kind of that type of golfer who can put a string of birdies together.
Oh,
I think there's going to be lots of rich people if Fitzpatrick wins around Warren's house there. I mean, if you were a proud Yorkshireman, it'd be very, very hard not to have backed Fitzpatrick this week, wouldn't it? The only course winner in the field, really course and current form he was impossible not to like if you had real affection for the lad. I just thought he'd been
Scottie
quite
Scheffler on the
well found in
11th
the
there,
market,
Steve.
but I was
Scheffler
wrong.
on that short 11th where we've tipped Rahm or we've backed Rahm for the birdie. We'll see what Scheffler does here. It looks like the wind's getting up again, you know.
Yeah, you saw that fella's credentials whipping away in the wind there, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, look, the branches in the background. We'll do a quick duh when he hits it so that you can sync up with us if you're watching. This is Scheffler's shot to the short 11th. Here we go.
You're playing 108 yards today.
And duh. Is that when are you watching the same speed as us as well, Warren?
I am. Sorry, I missed
Good,
out
man.
on the dirt.
That's right, don't worry. Actually, that's not a great shot there by any means by Scheffler. He's put a bit of beef into that, and he's got a difficult 50-foot putt coming back. He just looks a little bit full of doubt there, doesn't he?
Well, just looking at yesterday, by the way, which I was thinking when he took the advantage earlier on, Scheffler, he went 5-5-5-6 between 11 and 14 yesterday.
Yes,
so that was always the hope that people could maybe catch him if he got a couple of shots clear. As it works out, he's actually a shot behind Fitzpatrick, and he's coming to that sort of difficult stage of the round again.
I'll tell you what's really interesting. Morikawa and Matsuyama are both -2. Morikawa with just 1 to play, Matsuyama with 3 to play. They are 4 off it and 3 off it compared to the 3 at the front. You've just said, Warren, how often we've seen collapses here. I mean, are they completely out of it now?
Yeah. I can't have them. Scheffler's too good to repeat that 2 days running now. I think Scheffler's going to. I still think Scheffler's going to win this golf tournament. I'd rule out those ones that are just finishing their rounds.
Have you got this as a 3-way go?
That extreme. The wind doesn't look too extreme, does it?
Okay. 5-4 Fitzpatrick with Boyle Sports, 7-4 Scheffler, 11-4 Zalatoris, 66-1 bar. Not even gonna, unless something happens, I'm just going to say what the bar price is unless someone comes out of the clouds. But it's been an incredible effort by Morikawa to get back in the tournament, Steve, because I mean he had an absolute horror, didn't he, last day?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. In the lead up to the tournament, he was just talking about how he'd lost his left to right fade, like his trademark left to right controlled fade. He'd lost that, and he'd almost resigned himself to now hitting a 2-yard draw. So he had lots of swing issues, and he changed his putter at the Memorial. He stuck with the mallet for this. I suspect he might go back to the traditional blade next time out because the mallet doesn't look right for him.
And Warren, this is a market we've been talking about all night. Ballsport's doing him running. Lowest round score. Migliozzi posted a 66 early on. Morikawa now is if he pars the last, he'll join him. Matsuyama is also on -4 and Scheffler is -3. So Ballsport's got 2 Migliozzi, 5-2 Morikawa, 3 Matsuyama and 4 Scheffler. Interesting market that, isn't it?
It is. I think 3 on Matsuyama's not a bad price to go with. I do think with the format he's shown over the last couple of holes or so, he is again another player who's capable of putting a string of birdies together. I know he's got 16, 17 and 18 to play, and the others have got a few more holes left as well. But I think that's a decent price.
I definitely agree with you. Absolutely. Andrew Whitewood says, Steve, do you think Rahm has struggled since he was world number 1? I don't think there's any doubt about that, is there? The question is, Steve, why?
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone seems to struggle when they get world number 1, apart from Scottie Scheffler, who seems very comfortable with it and potentially winning a second major here. So, I don't know about Rahm. I just thought he looked good this week. Mentally, he looked good. He carried himself well until tonight, really. Just praying he can somehow get the 3rd place now. If Will Zalatoris has still got an implosion in him, I think so.
One of those 3 will blow up. Don't give up yet, Steve.
No. Never give up on a good thing.
Absolutely. Tom Eskin says, if you've never done the Otley run in golf gear, you've never lived. I'm sure you're right. And someone else says, any chance of the sweet spot moving to Mondays so the prices are still available? It's just not practical, Andrew, honestly. I mean, we have to accept shortening prices. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Anyone got anything to
Steve,
say?
I was just going to say to you there whether John Rahm has been impacted by the fact that he's playing with Keegan Bradley.
Yeah, maybe. I was wondering if Rahm got in a bit of a downbeat mood, which he clearly has now, whether playing with Bradley would just exacerbate anger. So you maybe. Yeah, I was
Has
concerned about that.
Bradley's performance been impacted by playing with Rahm, one may say?
Yeah.
Just looking as well, by the way, I
Almost
don't know if you mentioned this already. The last time that Brookline hosted the US Open was in 1988, and there was a playoff that time between an American and an Englishman. So will it happen again?
Who was it? Curtis Strange?
Yeah,
Curtis
Strange.
Who was the Englishman? Sandy. Oh, Faldo.
Nick Faldo, yeah.
Yeah, well, not impossible. Right, here's Scheffler at this short 11th with a very, very difficult putt. He's got to go over a ridge. It's snaking. There's pace issues. It's definitely not going in. The question is, will it stop in time? It probably will. 5 foot. It'd be all right.
Straightforward. A bit of break on that. How'd your Father's Day go, Warren?
How'd your Father's Day? Out of 3 boys, what do they get you?
Good, thanks. I've spent 2/3 of it at a football gala, coaching my youngest football team. But apart from that, I got 12 bottles of beer and a chocolate orange. So
fantastic. Oh, that's marvellous.
More than that.
They've been pretty good.
Excellent. Oh, lovely stuff. And before you go, Warren, who's going to win and by how and with what score?
I am going to go with Matt Fitzpatrick to win. And I'm edging my bets a little bit between, I would say, potentially 7 under is going to be the winning score. And I think he might just win by a shot in the end.
Lovely stuff, Warren. Join us next time on Sweet Spot Live again. It's lovely to have you along, my friend. See you soon.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Cheers, Wazza.
Wazza's a good egg, isn't he?
Yeah, it's nice to get the feel from Yorkshire because it's a big moment. They'll be dancing in the streets of Yorkshire if Fitzy gets this done.
Yeah, they certainly will.
It's a huge putt for those proud Yorkshiremen here. Huge.
Here is Scheffler's par putt at the very short 11th. I mean, he's long odds on to make this, isn't he, Steve?
Oh, you say that.
I do say that. And he doesn't. He lips out. And it's one of those violent lip outs that's sort of thrown it 4 foot past again. This is a pitch and putt hole, this, and yet they do struggle with it. This is why, like I said earlier, Steve, I think every golf course should have a little sub 110 yarder. I think it'd be great, wouldn't it? Andrew Sturck says, "Hi guys, watching you from Spain. Looking forward to the finish." I wonder if Andrew's related to Sarah Sturck.
Every chance.
Do you wonder that?
Yeah, I was wondering the exact same thing, actually.
Okay. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us from Spain, Andrew. Good luck. Here's Johnny Rahm with a difficult putt for par. I think he might have to give this one up. He's -1, and he's got a devil's own job, hasn't he, to make the threes? But it's not over till it's over, is it?
No, it's not over till the fat Spaniard sings.
Oh, is he fat or is he just stocky, portly?
Well, that's a good question. Big boned.
It's not alliterative. I know. Nor's fat. Fat Spaniard's not alliterative either. It's just rude. Right then, he's got 8 feet for his pies. The wheels have come off here, haven't they, mate?
Tentative.
Yeah, it's gone. No good. He's level par. Let me take you through the scores for the US Open then. Matt Fitzpatrick, -6 through 9. Scott Scheffler, -4 through 11, we think. Zalatoris, -5 through 9. So I've said that in the wrong order. Morikawa, Matsuyama, McCarthy, and Damon -2. Adam Hadwin -1. And they are the only players currently under par. Matsuyama's just gone to -3 with another outrageous putt. He is
a relatively easy 17th to come. So, he's going to set
he becomes a runner. I've now got to include him in the outright shows, which is as follows. Evens, Matt Fitzpatrick. This is with Boyle Sports, of course, our sponsors. 9-4 Zalatoris. Scheffler's bogey putt here. No, that's in. 3 Scheffler, 14 Matsuyama. Did you back Matsuyama? You must be getting excited now. McCarthy is 40. Rahm, 50. I don't know whether Fitzpatrick's in trouble. No, he's all right. He's fine. He's on the cut and prepared here at the 10th. Anyway, that's the story. McIlroy is he's level par. So is Burns and so is Keegan Bradley. Today has not gone the way they wanted it to, and everybody else is over par. Are you all right, Steve?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm dealing with the distinct possibility now that Rahm's not going to finish in the top 3.
Yeah, Callum Lewis gives you a lot of hope there on screen. Head up, Steve, on to next week. No, it's very kind of him to give you a pep talk. You do need a bit of pepping up, don't you?
Yeah, you need a bit of pepping up. Yeah, thank you, Callum. Yeah.
And Matthew Hill says, Rahm's been round to Steve's for a barbecue by the looks of it. Oh, well, when you next go to the refrigerator, could you get the I'm mad about sausage
The apron.
Apron, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the apron. Yeah, I'll put that on for the rest of the broadcast.
Thanks, mate. It was hot on
So,
Friday.
Matt, it's hot now, isn't it? Or is it just
I
me?
suppose
That's
it
what
could
happens
just
when
be you, mate.
Yeah.
Here's Fitzpatrick from
Oh, well,
202 yards.
he's hooked there, isn't he?
That's awful. This is why
He's-
he's a big prize. Oh, it's all right. He's come back into the bunker. This is one of the ones, you know, where they always say, oh, he'd much rather be in the bunker. And you sort of think, would he really? That one you definitely would, wouldn't you? Because there was all sorts of rough there. I liked Radar's comment the other day. He said, this rough is thicker than Boris Johnson's hair. That was quite a good line. Danny123 says, Bruce, what do you think of Frankie's riding at Ascot this week? Is his time with Gosden coming to an end? I thought he made an understandable mistake on Stradivarius. I thought it was brilliant on the wonderful In-Spiral. Is his time coming to an end? Well, he's 52. Holly Doyle won the French Oaks for Gozza today, so who knows? But anyway, I stand by Frankie Dettori, still an absolutely superb jockey. Danny also says, Steve, do you still make the odd trip down to Weymouth FC?
Yes, we're in all sorts of trouble at the moment, unfortunately. I don't think we've got any players at the moment. There's been a mass exodus, relegation from the National League is sort of, we budgeted for National League and now, the finances are in disarray. So I do, but I fear we're going to be, perhaps back-to-back relegations could be on the cards.
That cheered you up, that question, didn't it?
How long can you jockey for? So he's 52, is he, Frankie?
He is, yeah. Well, Lester Piggott, of course, kept going until he was 60. No, 58. 58.
Is your weight is the most important thing. As long as you've got the weight, you can just go until you're in your 80s.
I suppose so. Yeah, this is Morikawa at 18, and he's attempting to get to -3. That might be a workable score. I doubt he's going to win, but it's not impossible.
Well, I think Hideki Matsuyama has got the wind beneath his sails or something, and he's going to birdie 17, and I think he's going to set 4 under par as the mark. So,
righty ho. Here's Scheffler playing the 12th. He's bogeyed it 2 of the last 3 days. Callum Lewis, question for both of you. If you had a proverbial £10 note, who's it going on now? Does it have to be a proverbial £10 note or a £10 note? Whatever. Sorry, I'm being cheeky. I'm being facetious there. I can't say Zalatoris because I've already backed him for quite a lot of money. So I'm going to... I don't know. It's so difficult. Who would you back?
I'd just back Scheffler. Yeah. I think Fitzy's going to feel it at some point. Hideki might just be shy of setting a mark.
I don't know. I think Fitzgerald's got inner serenity. That's a huge tee shot from Matsuyama. Spoil Sports goes 6-4 Fitzpatrick, 2 Zalatoris, 5-2 Scheffler, 14 Matsuyama, 33 Denny McCarthy. That would be mad if he wins it, wouldn't it? And 200 bar.
Would. It's John Rahm on your 11th hole. You've tipped up the birdie.
Oh yeah, we've tipped up a birdie. I mean, the way he's going, he'll do well to double bogey it. He's got to wait for his playing partner Keegan Bradley first, the man who holds the club down by his ankles. He's parred it the previous 3 days, just 108 yards. He's flicked this one pretty close. That's coming back. I mean, he's got a 9-incher for birdie. So all Rahm's got to do there is follow that, and then we've got a 7-2 winner. As we see Fitzpatrick looking ponderous as he climbs into the bunker, wiggles his feet around to get some anchorage. I don't think that makes any difference, that, by the way. I think that's absolute nonsense. Right, and here he is, trying to get up and down. I think, has he left this short? Is it a beauty?
It's not going to get there. No, it's
not bad. It's not bad. What's that, a 7 out of 10? But it's still a tough par putt, that.
That was a good shot.
It was actually, wasn't it? Yeah. But it's a tricky one. And if he misses that, ladies and gentlemen, Matsuyama is only 2 off it, which makes life very interesting. So back to the question.
If we can hold this, Bradley nearly hold it. Let's hold it, Jonathan.
Okay, come on, Johnny. This is for our 7-2 winner. It's in the air. It's on its way. Has he overcooked it? He's got a 12-footer for birdie.
What price did you get?
We got 7-2. I thought it was a group effort. It's now my bet, is it? No, it looks like it's not going to be.
No, I think it's a group effort. Yeah, I think it's still a good price. I think 7-2 is a good price. He holds that.
Darren Weldon says he backed Justin Rose for a top 40 finish at the start, 7-4. Is he assured of this yet? Blimey, I will have a little scroll down and find out where the fine young man is. He's tied 38th, and I I don't know what they do with that. Do they apply dead heat, Steve?
Sorry, mate, I wasn't listening. I had a little flat
Top
spot there.
40.
Top 40, all right.
A flat spot. If you've backed him for a top 40 and he's tied 38th, and the next person down is...
Yeah, I think some firms dead eat it. Dead eat rules apply and others don't. So, I think
you'll get something back, Darren, but it might not be the full whack. Andrew asks a very good question. Hang on a sec. I'm sorry, Andrew. I'll come to it. But this is Zalatoris for a birdie and co-lead. It's a long putt. It's got to be 25 foot. So it's unlikely to go in. But he's playing damn well. Oh, he had the line. He just didn't hit it. He's left a couple short there. But he's playing really assuredly. Andrew says, will Brendan Duke be appearing as a guest? He's always good value. He certainly is. He's got the nicest voice in the world. He's very funny. He's very witty. And we would love to have him on. So we'll try and make that happen, Andrew. That would be absolutely brilliant. And Richard, in the same vein, says, can you get the Duke on the stream tonight? That might be a tall order. I don't know whether Brendan is imbibed or not. I believe he is watching. Keith Hasnett. Hi, Kevin Hasnett. Sorry, Kevin. Bruce, are Palace worth a bet to finish in the top 10 next season? I haven't seen the prices, so I can't really tip, but they may well do. I think they'll be all right. And Andrew Ricketts, great show as always. Steve, what are you going to give me beating Masha in our latest work sports quiz? Masha will not be beaten. Who's that character? Do you know him?
That's Rico, that is. Yeah, Rico is one of Masha's colleagues. Masha's one of my best friends, and he was at the barbecue yesterday. And,
Fitzpatrick's missed.
Yeah, they have regular sort of sports quizzes, I think, at work. Yeah, sounds like an excellent workplace that he's in. I don't agree with that in the workplace.
What does he do, Masha?
Masha gets the parts for the tanks. I've actually got two friends that work at the same place where they build the tanks and maintain the tanks. Which is obviously
what do you mean, the tanks? What do you mean? Tanks?
Well,
like
our tanks, the
battle
UK tanks. Yeah, battle tanks. Yeah. Challenger 2 main battle tanks.
Because I think two of the... go on.
I've got one mate who actually maintains them and is hands-on, and then Masha's there ordering the parts for him. So I've got lots of friends in the MOD, as I like to call it.
Because two of the big employers down there in Weymouth are the Tank Factory and the Sea Life Centre, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot
Do any of your friends work at the Sea Life Centre?
Not anymore. No, Bushy worked there as a youngster. Not anymore. He got accused of theft. Actually, he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
It's a pilchard that he was supposed to chuck in a penguin's mouth.
It was an outrageous accusation that well, you probably don't know these things, but you can get these sharks. If you press a button there, the shark goes like that, and it's like. And
what, in the gift shop? You mean
in the gift shop? And they claimed he pilfered it, and I know for a fact he didn't. It was a false accusation. So yeah, his time at the Sea Life Centre ended in tears.
Oh, poor Bushy. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, top man. That's going off the green. The chef is
Scheffler.
This same section of the course is finding him out again, isn't it?
Yeah, really. I'll tell you what, that -3 that Matsuyama's perched on isn't looking too sad now, is it?
Well, as I say, I mean, I don't know where he is on 17, but it's a good birdie opportunity. Now he's Rahm to birdie the 11th, which is what we all want.
It's on its way. Yeah, we did it. Go on, my son. Johnny Rahm, he's had a miserable round, but we picked him out on those Boyles individual hole score. 7-2 Rahm to birdie the 11th. Get in there. Hopefully one or two of you followed us in. That was a good moment.
That was brilliant. Well done.
And here,
teed that one up. Well done.
And here, back on the tee, is Zalatoris. What can he do? Can he stick it close? He's parred this really short par 3 all 3 days so far, and he's really in Rahm territory, isn't he? I don't know if you saw it. It was 100 yards away, so you can't really get the line, but he's got a little harder
putt. So he's got a little harder putt. I mean, Rahm's only four off the lead again. I mean,
I'm getting heckled by the sponsors. 6-1 Palace to be relegated next season. I thought we were getting on so well. Have I not been giving you enough name checks? Balls. You're heckling me. They're never going down, you lot. That's a terrible price. We've got a new guest, the champ. Here he is, Joe Champion. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, really good, guys. I'm about a minute behind your TV screen, so I won't do the commentary.
Why? What are you watching it on?
I'm streaming it on Now TV. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that moody box that bloke was selling in the office the other week. Yeah.
I have seen Rahm hold his birdie putt at least. That was a great moment.
Nick Faldo's going well. Right then,
currently forcing a playoff in 1913 on my screen.
Before we get chatting to Joe Champion, we will take you through the latest scores. It's really, really interesting. -5 Fitzpatrick, -5 Zalatoris, -4 Scheffler, -3 Matsuyama, and Boyle Sports Bet 6-4 Fitzpatrick, 7-4 Zalatoris, 11-4 Scheffler, 22 Matsuyama. Champ, who did you tip? Remind us who you tipped in the Racing and Football Outlook this week.
A tale of woe from me. Justin Thomas. I thought he was gonna get into contention at halfway. Sam Burns and the other two, Shane Lowry and Corey Connors, missed the cut. So yeah, not great from me this week, unfortunately.
Well. It's been a tough one, hasn't it? Because although there are a lot of class acts up there, a lot have fallen by the wayside as well. So, I mean, I don't think it was, in terms of the pre-tournament stuff, it wasn't your two's tournament this time, but hopefully, I'm sure you'll be back soon. What do you think will happen now? It's a fascinating final round, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a really fascinating final round. Heart over head, I'd love Fitzpatrick to do it, but I'm not sure. I think Scheffler will grind this out. He's struggled a bit over the this part of the back nine, but I think he's got that winning mentality that maybe Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris don't have. Matsuyama, a big threat. Do we know where he is on 17 yet? I don't. If he gets 4 under, he could be in the shout as well.
Got the Fitbit advert at the moment, so we don't know. They've got the
have.
The advert breaks seem a little bit longer than they normally are.
Well, at least we haven't got Rolex ads, have we? We haven't had that yet.
No, this is
so
it.
That's one good thing. Yeah.
So that Now TV is a bit cheaper, isn't it? Because the Sky subscription is so expensive now. I might have to do a Joe Champion. 35 months. Yeah, the Shrewdies are switching there. We allowed to talk about this, Bruce? I don't know.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, talk about what we like.
A minute behind everyone else.
That sounds good. I pay like 122 quid a month for Sky.
Yeah, Rob's right. Welcome to the Rolex hour. So basically, what they say is it's the Rolex hour where there's no adverts, but you'd rather have any advert than those poncy ones. It's a tale of precision and once told, and
you get that for 3 minutes at the end of the Rolex hour instead of
exactly. It's awful, isn't it? Here's Scheffler looking to get his round back on track. He looks like he's going to do so with a par at the 12th. He's very much in the hunt. And as you say, Joe, if you look at it clinically, of the three, hang on a sec. Here's Matsuyama.
Okay,
he's got a really difficult up and down, hasn't he? He's got a really difficult up and down. He should be all right. Yeah, he will be. He'll be fine. So he's going to stay at 3 under with 1 to play. But yeah, Scheffler is up against 2 young tyros who not only have neither won a major, they've also not won a US Tour event, have they? So, they've got to get over the line. But here is Zalatoris at 11, looking for sole possession of the lead. He's just outside Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick could get a lovely read on this, and he'll need it because Zalatoris has drained that, and he's -6. And for the moment, he leads the US Open on his own. He gives himself a little chest pump there.
Oh, he can't.
I must say, Steve,
smile off his face. Can he look?
He started the night terribly, didn't he, Joe? And he's come right back into it.
He tried to look fierce, and then he just started smiling uncontrollably, didn't he?
Let's see that again.
He's gone for fear, and then the smile breaks. Oh, look, they love him.
Because he looks, we said before, didn't he? He looks like a fox, doesn't he? So he's not really a fierce-looking kind of guy, but and he weighs less than 10 stone. One of the few humans on the planet I might have half a chance against in an arm wrestle. But here's Fitzpatrick looking to follow his playing partner in and join him on -6, which would put the two of them 2 clear of Scheffler. It's a good effort. Oh, it's just gone by, and it's gone.
Oh my word! There's a bit of meat left on that bone. A bit of meat left on that bone.
Yes, Champ. Just look at. I mean, the first hour of this tournament was incredible. Of this final round was incredible, wasn't it? Because we started off where we did, and within 45 minutes, it changed out of all recognition. Zalatoris looked like he was going down the plug hole, and yet here he is an hour later, and he's winning the tournament.
Yeah, it can happen on these US Open courses because if one guy makes a birdie, then the others start making bogeys, and then it can change very, very quickly.
There we go. Like 2 shots out. 2 shots out.
Events. Yeah, it's not like a
he missed the one back.
Week, is it? Where they get miles ahead.
No, you're right.
It can all happen, can't it? Andrew says Zalatoris has got the momentum. I hope you're being ironic there, Andrew, because you know that I know there's no such thing as momentum. And we see it all this week. And I bet the commentators on Sky are going, he's got the momentum. If he had the momentum, he'd just go on and birdie every hole and it wouldn't be in doubt. No one's got any momentum. They're just playing golf shots, and some will be good and some will be bad. Stop saying it. Let's get through some questions. Ray Greco says, I've got a $6.69 parlay consisting of 2 baseball games, 1 NBA game, the Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup Finals. I've got no idea what any of this is, Ray. And Fitzpatrick to win, to cash for $1,007. I suppose the trouble is now that cash out's gone because you did that before the double bogey. But listen, it's not over yet, Ray, so we wish you luck with that. But generally speaking, I wouldn't want to cash out. Have you got that Rolex order, Bruce? Says Andrew. No, I haven't. Liam wants to know, what's your favourite condiment for a barbecue sausage, Steve?
Mustard.
Mm.
Yeah. I like mustard. I like what it does to me.
Are you a healthy eater, champ, or are you do you eat all sorts of dirty rubbish
I don't
like
want to go into this again. I mean, last time I was on here, me and Steve got into a protracted conversation about aubergines when you went to the toilet. Bruce, but,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I like to mix it. I would try and be healthy in the week, but let yourself go at weekends. Had not today, but a few rum and cokes last night, and spicy sausage as well. A bit of spice on my.
A spicy sausage on it.
Who's
Joe's off to the Glastonbury Festival soon.
I know. Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's exciting, Joe. And you've got train strikes, haven't you? So you're going to get the Rattler down on Wednesday. It's one of the few days when the trains are running, isn't it?
Oh, I'm being driven, so I'm all right. But not great for anyone on the train. But my mates give me a lift kindly of him.
My 2 children went to see Billie Eilish. I say children, they're in their 20s. They went to see Billie Eilish on Thursday and enjoyed that no end. And she's one of the headliners, isn't she? Only 20.
Yeah, I don't think I'll bother seeing her.
Yeah, I've never heard of her. Oh, come on. You've never heard of Billie Eilish?
Billie Eilish? No, I've never heard
Billie
of
Eilish. Billie Eilish. She's one of the most famous humans on the planet.
She did a Bond thing. Yeah.
She did a brilliant Bond theme. It was absolutely superb.
Really well. I'll look her up later.
And you've got Paul McCartney, and who's the other headliner?
Kendrick Lamar, yeah. Yeah, have you heard of him, Steve?
No, Paul McCartney. I've heard of him, but I haven't heard of the other 2.
Here's Zalatoris teeing off on 12, and it's hooking.
Oh, it's a banana ball. It's
going wildly off to the right. This is no good to him.
Yeah. He's in the festival.
That doesn't look good. That can you just not say that with quite so much enthusiasm, Steve?
I do apologise.
To remind you, I'm on Zalatoris for a fair few quid, so please don't.
I do apologise.
That's all right.
What's
I going to say, Joe? Are you just in the normal camping bit, or have you got a kind of posh option?
Yeah, I'm not a fancy camper. I'll just pack as little stuff as I possibly can, and hope that it doesn't rain. I think
there is rain forecast on Friday.
Yeah, the forecast has shifted in the wrong direction recently, which is not great.
That's part of the fun, though, isn't it? Just swimming around in the puddles.
Miserable, isn't it?
Yeah, no, not really. I could do without trench foot this time.
Eamon Conroy says Kendrick Lamar's fantastic live, so that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan, but I might go see him. That's not a lot else I want to see on that Sunday night. So,
what do you want to see? You don't sound very enthused by the music.
Well, there's loads of stuff I want to see on Friday. You see, and you see the lineup, you think, oh, this is great, and then they're all on at the same time as one another. So, yeah.
Well, that's no good. You got a fixture clash.
I'll be happy whatever happens, really, but.
Okay,
I've never heard of Kendrick Lamar. What does Kendrick Lamar do then? Is he a rapper?
He's a rapper, yeah.
He's a rapper. He is a rapper.
Probably get some big names on with him as well. He's done a few collabs, as they say.
Oh, Matt Sharma, has he leaked this out to the right? Yes, he has. So the 2 people who supposedly had the momentum of both terrible tee-shots, he's cleaned someone out. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff happening here. The marshal went diving, and I think it was more to make sure the ball didn't get disturbed than any compassion for the person who got smashed on the Swede. But yeah, 2 really.
He might have a clean lie on the walkway.
He might. This is what I'm saying about the ludicrous concept of momentum. Everyone says, "Oh, Zalatoris got the momentum," and then carves one straight into the rubbish next shot. Matsuyama -5 so far. He's hit his at 18 into the scrub, and you don't want that to be a par, by the way, do you, Steve? Because didn't you tip the lowest round to be 4 under or worse?
It's a very good point. Yeah, 65 or worse. Yeah, very good point.
Here's Scheffler trying to put his recent wobble behind him. And yeah, it's a safe shot to the middle of the 13th or 14th, whatever he's playing now.
Yeah, it's a nice swing. That better balance.
He does
on
so
that
well,
one.
Scheffler. I think he plays. He plots his way around the course better than most players do, doesn't he?
Peter Davis says he's backed Zalatoris at 9-2 to hit the green in 2 shots at the hole 14. Well, good luck with that one. I hope he's not playing 14 now. That's the next one, isn't it? Again, loads on these Boyle Sports markets. There's loads and loads to get stuck into. Let's see what's happening on the outright betting, shall we?
Danny McCarthy looking to set a mark now. He's going to
Danny McCarthy. If this goes in, he's going to get to -3. Doesn't go in.
It's
5-4. All sports are going 5-4 Zalatoris, 2-1 Scheffler, 5-2 Fitzpatrick, 28 Matsuyama, 50 Rahm. A bit of false hope there, Steve. Or is it false? And 50 Denny McCarthy. And then it's 200 bar. Rahm's got back to -1.
I'm still a Scheffler backer there if I was playing now.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, he looks like he's got. Yeah, he if he gets over that wobble, he'll be back here, won't he? But
when push comes to shove, Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick are going to fall shy, I think.
This has been, though, such a changeable way. I can't think of the last time a tournament changed so much. Players going up and down the leaderboard like yo-yos. It's a lovely course, this, Joe, isn't it? We've been saying to all the guests, it's a belter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing they haven't been here for 30 odd years. You can't beat these old classic courses that the design, the difficulties in the design rather than in the length. You don't need a long course if you set it up like this. Players that have found the fairways and found the center of the green have generally done really well, but you go slightly wrong and you can be in all sorts of trouble. And we've seen that with various players missing greens and these undulations on the greens. You hit the wrong part of the green and it's almost a guaranteed free putt sometimes. Just such incredible course design. They need to play more courses like this, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think as well, I bet there are courses like this, inland courses in the UK and Ireland, where you could play the Open. I'm sure that it doesn't have to be linked. So I know Steve's heard me bang on about that for absolutely ages, but I bet we've got some lovely inland courses that could stage a brilliant Open. I really do. The Zombie Doctor, let's get back to your comments. I've got D McCarthy at 275 to 1 each way, 8 places. Isn't that a lovely bet? So he's on 55 to 1 on the each way. I mean, that most people dream of a 55 to 1 winner. He's getting a 55 to 1 place. That's absolutely superb.
Beautiful.
Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Joe, what else you got? I fit flat spot. Flat spot live with Boyle Sports.
Yeah, so have I. I'm watching the McIlroy Burns.
You've only been on 8 minutes. You can't hit flat spots.
Yeah, I was holding out for a place for Burns, and he's just hit his ball on the water on 13 and double bogey. It's the only bit of water on the course, and he's. I
was going to say I didn't know there was any water.
Yeah,
that's a disaster, isn't it?
Final round. But,
we don't need that.
Yeah, well. Onwards to next week now for me, I think. But
are you working next week or not? Who's doing the Outlook tips?
I am. I'm working Monday, and then I'm off for a couple of weeks after that. Off to.
So you'll be doing it, yeah?
Somerset. Yeah. We've got the Travellers, and we've got the BMW International Open. I don't know if anyone. Victor Hovland won that last year, but I can't imagine he's rocking up again.
No, I should think not. Are you? Here's Zalatoris. He looks like he's got a lot of. That's a big lofted club here. So. Where is he in relation to the green here, Steve?
Sorry, he's just to the right. Yeah, he's hacking out.
He's chopped out. He's taking his medicine, is he?
Taking his medicine there, yeah.
Yeah, Boyle Sports now 6 to 4 Zalatoris, 13 to 8 Scheffler, 5 to 2 Fitzpatrick, 25 Matsuyama, 50 McCarthy, 50 Rahm. This is. I don't think we're going to be able to call this until the final hole here. I really don't. There's so much going on.
And do you want Zalatoris over your 3-foot putt on the 18th if he's got one putt to win the US Open?
He does lead by 2, though, doesn't he? We should remember that.
He's putted astonishingly well in the majors, and it just doesn't make any sense. He's like his regulation in regulation events, he puts abysmally, and then in majors he puts all right.
Is it the difficult greens? Is it a level playing field that they're all struggling? So it's not just It's not just him.
Yeah, I think it might. Yeah, it's just so tough to putt on. It's almost weirdly sort of negating it. Someone asked Brendan Duke if he'd come on the show, and he said, "I'm enjoying the show, and I know very little about golf. Keep up the sterling work." Thank you, Brendan. You think we know anything about it? We'd love to have you on one week. Brendan does the racing podcast that we do sometimes, and he's absolutely superb. Top man. Right, what have we got? This is Zalatoris needing to get up and down from 85 yards at the 12th in order to preserve his 2-shot lead. And if he does, Steve, he's going to harden like no man's business.
He is. You saucy bastard.
What? What do you mean?
That livened things up, wasn't it?
Well,
Yeah, he got very excited when he held that last putt, so I think he might be onto something.
here we go. It's on its way. And no, that's spinning way off. That's gone. That's where Scheffler was. That's gone. He could give both shots back here. I'm telling you. That was stupid. Why didn't he do that? Imbecile. Oh. So I'm getting partisan now. I'm letting my betting influence my broadcasting impartiality or whatever.
Well, short was better than long, wasn't he? I think he'd be fine there, but I hope he's not.
Why? Well, you don't want me to win money. You hate me.
Well, no, I still got dreaming of Rahm finishing with 4 under par.
Let's go on. Give it up. Come on, I root for you if all my bets are out, and then your one's out, and you go, "Oh no, I still think Rahm can eagle every hole." Who's this? Who's done what?
That's Siama giving it a bit too much welly.
So he'll be all right, won't he? It's a nice jumper he's got on. I think it's very thick, isn't it? That virtually bulletproof. Where are we now?
Oh, look, Billy Foster's scratching his head.
Don't scratch your head.
So Matsuyama's going to get to -3, as he would think that's the mark that they've all got to surpass.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, it's a decent mark, that, because if Zalatoris does bogey this, he's only one off it, and it's a hard course. I'm telling you, I think Matsuyama's very much in the tournament. He's 25-1. I might even think about having a little bet on him.
I suspect he'll miss that putt on the last there.
You need to go to the refrigerator, Steve, while Joe's with us.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. Yeah, you talk about aubergines, talk about aubergines. Yeah, you got to take your opportunity when...
Yeah, exactly,
about?
I don't know. It's none of your business.
But
what we do want is you to come back with the apron on, okay?
Oh, yes, of course.
All right, mate.
I must have missed that conversation.
Yeah, Steve was wearing... I can't remember why it cropped up. He was wearing an apron with "I'm serious about sausage" on it.
Oh, right. Yeah. That explains the earlier sausage chat. Yeah, I don't know why. They always seem to do some sort of food chat when I come on here.
Oh, really? Yeah. What's happening here? Is this Zalatoris? Oh,
I don't know.
It was Zalatoris. It was Zalatoris trying to save par, and it was a manful effort. But he'll probably, given the waywardness of the tee shot, he wouldn't accept bogey, but he's got bogey. So he only leads by 1 now, and Matsuyama is only 2 off it. It's very interesting, this, really.
Yeah, it is. What I will say is these sort of first 4 holes of the back 9 are the harder holes, and then you've got the par 5, you've got that 17th. I think.
Yeah, but when you're playing them with all that tension as well, Joe,
Yeah. No, I do appreciate that. I still think one of the top 3 will get it done, but yeah, Matsuyama's a runner now, isn't he? And maybe Denny McCarthy's not too far back. I'm not sure what shape he's in on 15 at the moment, but
here's the outright bet. Hang on a sec. Here's Fitzpatrick. If Fitzpatrick slots this, he's co-leader. He's not quite got the legs. It was a difficult putt. I do admire Fitzpatrick for keeping the flags in. There's no need to take him out. When you play, do you take him out or do you keep him in?
No, I leave him in.
Yeah, it's absolutely pointless, isn't it? So then, Ball Sports, 13-8 joint favourites, Zalatoris and Scheffler. 11-4 Fitzpatrick, 25 Matsuyama, 50 McCarthy, and any price you like, the rest. Very, very interesting stuff. This is absolutely fascinating. And they're through 13 now, so they've only got 5 left. Oh, here we go. Steve's got his apron on. Let's have a look. Serious about sausage. That's just it. That's all it says.
Brilliant job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Expresses my feelings, doesn't it?
Someone asked earlier about whether your shed is bespoke. Is the apron bespoke? Do you choose the lettering, or is it just, you go to a farm shop and there's a load of aprons and you go with that one as opposed to, whatever?
The wife purchased it, so I can't answer any of those questions. But I will grill her later on it. I'll grill her on it later. Come on, that's a good pun, isn't it?
Very good pun, that, mate. Yeah, it's excellent. Yeah. Did you get yourself another Lipton's iced tea while you were out there?
I did. Because
I'm on the alcohol-free stuff, by the way. I got this from my son for Father's Day. It's a lovely can, isn't it? Do you like the packaging on that?
That's a lovely gift, isn't it? Is he? He's over from Australia, is he? He's normally hangouts in Australia, isn't he?
No, he's moved back. He's back now. He's been back 6 months. Yeah,
6 months. Is he settled back in well?
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah, absolutely loves it. Let's have a look, see what else everyone says. Would you rather listen to Paul McGinley for 4 hours or complete silence? Peter Jacobs says, I'd rather listen to Paul McGinley for 4 hours. He did come out with a very peculiar comment. I don't know if you heard it this week, when he said that he'd heard that 20 million chickens a day are slaughtered in the US, and he couldn't believe it. This seemed to just come out of the blue. Normally he's talking about the wind speed or how someone's got the momentum, and he just suddenly came out with this random comment about how many chickens have been killed.
There's lots of turkeys on this course, isn't there? I don't think it's something to do with that.
Yeah, there is. We haven't mentioned the turkeys. I do like those wild turkeys, don't you?
It makes a change from the gators, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not scared to usher a turkey off you.
I know there is like a drink. Is it a bourbon called wild turkey? But I didn't actually realise there was such a thing as wild turkeys. But they've got minute heads, haven't they? I suppose our equivalent is the pheasants, but these have got miles smaller heads than pheasants. I think it's another potential conversation point for Paul McGinley as we see.
Do a turkey impression. Do a turkey impression, Bruce. You know the noises they make.
No, that's a dove, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
I can't.
No, you nailed it.
Then you'll go, Joe. That'll be you at 2 a.m. coming out of the silent disco at Glastonbury.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go, Steve?
Yeah. Well, I'd be rude not to, isn't it? Since I,
Yeah, that sounds a bit like some of the Glastonbury as well. I once saw our Racing Post colleague Henry Harbick coming out the silent disco at Glastonbury a few years ago. And anyone knows Henry can probably imagine what that was like at about 2 a.m.
Yeah. No. What? Just randomly? Were you down there with him? Or was it...
No, I wasn't with him, but I knew he was there. And
this is terrible by Zalatoris, guys.
The pressure's kicked in. It's happening.
He started that way right. It didn't even slice right. It just, what's he doing?
Where is that? Get out of the way, guys.
Oh my God, we've had Joe on. Joe, sorry, mate, we've kept you on for way too long from what was in your agent said on the contract. So remind us before you go, Joe, who's going to win and by how far?
Let me remind myself of the leaderboard. I've been too busy talking to you guys. I'll go with Scottie Scheffler 1 now, I think.
Scottie Scheffler by 1. Okay, Joe, enjoy Glastonbury if I don't see you, my friend. Thank you very much for joining us on Sweet Spot Live.
Right.
Stay safe.
Lovely.
Stay safe,
Joe Champion, a champion by name and nature, and you can read his brilliant tips every single week in the Racing and Football Outlook. Steve Palmer always cooking up a storm on YouTube, say Boyle Sports. What exactly right with that lovely apron on. Oh my goodness, I've just seen the Rolex advert.
Is that true about the chickens?
What, 22 million?
20 million a day, or whatever you said it was.
Did you know, Steve? Right, they
murder 20 million a day.
Did you know that 980 million creatures die in the UK every year for food? Nearly 1 billion.
I didn't know that.
What do you think of that?
I think that's a staggering statistic, and
it's amazing, isn't it? I think most of them are chickens and fish, apparently.
Right? Yeah. Hello.
We got the Duke. Hello.
Oh yes, yeah. You tempted me, and they say don't meet your heroes, but here I am.
Oh my goodness me, Brendan Duke on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you don't know Brendan Duke, where have you been? But basically, Brendan was a horse racing trader, an international racing expert. He's the son of one of Ireland's shrewdest trainers. He's a top man about town, an absolute legend. And Brendan, what have you made of tonight? It's ridiculously changeable, isn't it?
Yeah, I really thought Fitzpatrick had it. I mean, it was a ball striking clinic on the front nine. He did a couple of putts shaped the hole. He had a lip out, and then he just tugged one left, and that 3-putt. It has me questioning everything. But I feel like the young fella has made a Sheffield steel, and he can still pull it out of the fire.
Do you? Do you think it'll be Sheffield or Scheffler who'll get it done? I mean, Zalatoris, my man, he's absolutely last 2 tee shots are dreadful. Do you think he could wilt?
Well, I mean, golf is hard, man. And also the reason why your viewers mightn't know much about me is because I don't know much about golf. So our Venn diagrams wouldn't have crossed.
You enjoy watching a final round of a big tournament, don't you?
Oh, I mean, I generally the sports I like, darts and snooker and golf, they're all about slow burning tension. I like to see how people respond under pressure, swings and techniques grooved over 10,000 hours, and they can play all the shots, but when the pressure comes on, can you stand up to it? I mean, it's compelling viewing. They're amazing, man.
And the pressure is on now, isn't it? You see Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris. He suddenly hit Zalatoris. He went 2 shots ahead, and now he's just played abysmally since. And Fitzpatrick's thinking about it. And as you say, the 3-putt. So, yeah, we are seeing pressure's effect on humans' body right here, right now, aren't we?
Compelling stuff. Absolutely compelling. Yeah. So,
you like sausage, Dukey? Do you like eating sausage?
Oh, yeah, I'd be a fan of sausage, all right, yeah. What do you call the ones that sort of have the herbs in them? They're named after an English place.
The Cumberland.
Oh, the Cumberland's a fine sausage. Yeah. I think with a little bit of onion relish. I've had that before, and I was gonna book a room with it. It was delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Now, Boom 185.
And Dukey got a nice voice, isn't he?
Mate, Dukey's got the nicest voice in the world. I mean, really, he should make more money than the guy who played Finchy in The Office out of voiceovers. I mean, you should join a voiceover agency. Honestly, Dukey, you'd make an absolute fortune.
Should do the Rolex ads. He should do the Rolex ads.
Oh, the Rolex. Yeah, that would be brilliant. Dukey doing the Rolex advert. Yeah, that would be absolutely superb.
And it's probably only going to get deeper as I get older, so I could get 50 cents a minute from the ladies as well.
Yes, yeah, you could. You could even have a little cameo career, couldn't you? Now then, you'll remember the halcyon days of the racing postcast when, apart from getting your expertise for who you thought would win races, we used to sign off with the love life. And someone said, "How is Brendan?" Boom 185 says, "Ask the Duke how his love life is nowadays." Now, sort of. I don't know, I've matured, so it sort of feels like an impertinent personal intrusion into your life now. But is there a brief summary you can maybe give us there? As you your Vimto?
It doesn't have to be brief, but Boom's instincts are spot on, because obviously not a lot happened for 2 years when I was only allowed out in the yard for 1 hour of exercise. But I went to a countdown weekend on the Sligo-Roscommon border. And I met a woman down there, and I basically, for a quick synopsis, I went to the Sligo-Roscommon border to meet the girl next door. She lives, I could walk around to her gaff. In fact, she invited me around tonight to watch telly. That's code for a start. But anyway, she invited me around, and I said, "Look, I'm betting to the lads watching the US Open." Actually, she's a complete baller. She said, "That's totally fine," because she knows how much I love the pod. So I got a total pass for tonight, but she's a lovely girl, a fan of Countdown, and it's. I mean, we're still very much in the honeymoon phase. I've only been seeing her for about 6 weeks, but I feel like it has some promise.
Well, 6 weeks, and she's already allowing you to blow her out to watch the golf. I mean, that's promising as it comes, isn't it? That's terrific. What's a countdown weekend?
Have you kissed her on the face yet, Dukey?
Steve,
let's cut to the chase.
No, you've had all the info you can. She's probably watching. You can't do that.
Okay.
I basically have the face worn off her at this stage. Yeah. So,
Oh, there you go. You got the answer, Nosy Parker. Well, tell me what a countdown weekend is. I'm intrigued by that.
Oh, a countdown weekend is where aficionados of the great game of Countdown gather to meet one another. Because it's a bit of a birds of a feather, because obviously being fans of Countdown, they can be a touch spectrumy, so they mightn't excel in other social arenas. But when they get together, I was at one in Galway last weekend, and it was in your man's house. An absolute egg, this guy. So he just invites like 25 fans of Countdown to his house, and he had a dartboard, a pool table, and a karaoke machine. And like, talking about Venn diagrams, I feel like that's a Venn diagram for everyone in the world. If you're a human and you're not interested in either darts, pool, or karaoke, I mean, you're a shut-in. You're a shut-in, basically, aren't you? Yeah. So so that was a really good account. And I was at one this weekend as well in Dunmore East. So it's been a very concentrated period of Countdown. I feel like I need to just relax now and not play Countdown for a while.
Have you applied to go on the actual show?
Oh, I've been on twice.
You've been on twice? I didn't realise.
I'm a two-time loser, 2005 and 2015. So I'm like a vampire chronicle. I rise every 10 years. You can only go on every 10 years. And no one's actually ever been a three-time loser. But what I'm going to do is, if they say no to me, I'll tell them I have a terminal illness, and they'll have to let me on.
You're mad.
Just out of the goodness of their hearts.
Quite.
So I will rise again in 2025, and this time I'm going to get the W. I'm ready. I'm ready to win.
Well, I'm 0-3 on Pointless. I had a very unsuccessful attempt at that with my daughter.
Well, yourself and the daughter got to the final, in fairness.
We didn't. We got done in this semi. But what I will say is there's a little bit of a coincidence about that, because both my children unwittingly got me an identical Father's Day card, and it was a Richard Osman themed Pointless card. So how about that? That's very peculiar.
Yeah. What's he like, the Osman?
Oh, the Osman, lovely. He's a really nice fellow. Parky's joined us as well. Parky, meet Brendan Duke. Brendan Duke, Parky.
Hello, boys. You're keeping me very entertained here. I'm loving the stories.
It's a quad box.
Outstanding.
It's nice. You can totally kick me out now, because I shouldn't be here. I don't know anything about golf.
I'll tell you what, I don't care whether you like golf or not, or you're an aficionado or not, Brendan. It's been absolutely lovely to have you on. What a pleasant surprise. Did you enjoy that, Steve?
Fitzpatrick's just made a huge.
Oh my goodness! Oh, hang on.
I very much did enjoy that. Yeah. Good luck with
Sheffield Steel. Sheffield Steel.
Sheffield boy.
Okay, lads. Thanks very much for having me on, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Come again, Dukey. What a star! Brilliant.
Yeah, we'll get you on every week now.
Now, before we say hello to Parky, let's have a little catch up with where we are, because it's all been happening while Dukey was regaling us with stories.
Proud Yorkshireman in there. Have I got
basically?
Right?
Yeah. No, he's not a Yorkshireman. You've completely no. Right, hang on. Fitzpatrick is on -5. Zalatoris is on -5, but has got a really long putt to stay at -5. Scheffler's -4. Matsuyama's -3. Morikawa and McCarthy -2. It's 6-4 Matt Fitzpatrick and Scott Scheffler with Boyle Sports. 7-2 Zalatoris. 20 Matsuyama. What a tournament this is. Parky, you've joined us just as it really boils into its thrilling climax. What do you want to happen?
I want Fitzpatrick to win. I was a bit late coming to the party this week, just with Royal Ascot and stuff going on. So I've only had one bet, and I backed Fitzpatrick yesterday 20-1 to start the round.
Did you?
So,
Wow. So you want this beat then, don't you?
Left over from Royal Ascot. So I'm like, I've been like, cashing out's not my thing. So I've like, unless I need to buy a new dress for the missus like last time, I don't really consider cashing out.
Oh, Zalatoris rolls it in. Sorry, we want different things here, Parky. We want different things here. I'm on Zalatoris. You're on Fitzpatrick.
This is superb. This is proper tug of war, isn't it?
It really is. Someone says, get Parky off. We don't want any Man U fans around here. What have you got to say to that?
Man U fan? I don't think I've ever been as offended in all my life. If someone came on and said a Newcastle fan, that would have offended me slightly more, I think, but not far off.
Parky is a Sunderland fan, Angus Shaw, okay? And he's more than welcome here. Parky, in case you didn't realise, is Joe Champ's boss, actually. He's the editor, not just of the Racing and Football Outlook, but also the Weekender. He's an absolute top man as well. Brilliant golfer. He's got the same driver as you. You've still got the same driver as me, that yellow one.
Yeah. You
haven't upgraded yet, no?
Right. Yeah, I can't
Five
get
holes
on
to
the
play.
fairway, so.
5 holes to play. Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick -5. Scottie Scheffler -4. Matsuyama -3. Morikawa -2. Here is Scheffler. I think this is a birdie putt, this, because I saw him play a beautiful approach. So if he drains this, which he should, because it's only 8 feet away, we're going to have a 3-way go. How exciting. It's on its way. He's pushed it.
Oh.
That's not good. That's not good. Let's see what happens there to the market. Ball Sports now, they've suspended. They'll be back up in a minute. We'll get the latest. This is just going one way on the other, Park. It's amazing.
Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Like,
you're watching Fitzpatrick. Come, you've got to keep talking.
He's hit a bad shot, has he, Fitzpatrick?
It's been brilliant.
He's had a few bad putts, but
he's been excellent.
I'd be interested in the measurement of that drive. I mean, the Fitzpatrick has added some length. He's got so much adrenaline going for his body now. I mean, that's probably the longest drive he's ever hit in his entire life.
Yeah, I read somewhere he's upped his swing speed from 112 to 119 mile an hour over the last 2 years, which is pretty impressive, isn't it?
Very impressive. Yeah. He's he's a point-sized powerhouse now. We can start calling him that.
He's Zalatoris after 2 absolutely dreadful drives. He's trying to find the cut and prepared. He doesn't look too concerned here. Yeah, that's all right. He'll be playing first because the Sheffield steel hard nut Fitzpatrick is outdriven in there. It's amazing that someone as skinny as they're both skinny actually, aren't they? These two. I mean, between them, they'd weigh less than Tim Heron, wouldn't they?
I have quite a funny story. I was at the driving range today, and I thought, because he's quite short, isn't he, Matt Fitzpatrick? A bit like myself. He's still got a couple of inches on me, but I thought, his swing seems to come like a long way around his body. It's quite low. I thought, I'm going to have a go at doing that. Maybe it's like a short man's way to like hit it a good bit further. And I shanked it so badly, it hit off, like the upright of the driving range and fired back into like the person who was like waiting to play a shot, and then
goodness,
it was absolute. It was so embarrassing.
Oh my god! Did he take? Was he all right about it?
Yeah, he wasn't playing his shot, but everyone was having a good giggle. It's quite busy, the driving range, which is not what you want.
Be careful there.
Around like that, but,
that sounds very much like Steve Palmer's swing. That the low and broken wrists the moment the club head comes back.
Yeah, Daniel Berger. I got the Daniel Berger swing, haven't I? I mean, you could have killed him. What happens in that situation if Park had killed that fella? Is it his fault or is it the?
I've got golf insurance.
What is this? You are the driving range commissioner. I don't know.
Your golf insurance covers you for death.
You've got that. You're the one person in the world who's got that silly golf insurance, aren't you? You don't need it. What's it for?
Well, the clubhouse got burnt down last year, so every clubs in there lost their clubs. I mean, we don't have a clubhouse at the moment, so it's not going to get burnt down again. But
I forgot you're from Sunderland, aren't you? Yeah, that sort of stuff happens up there, doesn't it?
Your insurance would have covered it then, would it? If you killed him, you just sort of pack your bag and wander off. It's all in the insurance. Don't worry about it.
I'm not quite sure how it goes, but
reassuring, isn't it? But yes, that sounds like a dangerous incident.
Parky, everyone's noticing your New York, your Tampa Bay Bucks stuff on the back of the wall as well. As well as Sunderland, as well as being a super Sunderland fan, you love your Tampa Bay, don't you? You and the lovely Raminta. You went out for the semi-final last year, didn't you?
Yeah, for the playoffs. Yeah, they got beat. I get everything beat, so Fitzpatrick's going to struggle today with my money on him. So
I'm on Zalatoris.
Look at that. That's pure.
Yeah, he hasn't bottled, he hasn't crumbled, he hasn't wilted. He's playing very, very strongly. Let's see what the latest betting is now.
He's some player.
It's 5-4 Fitzpatrick, 6-4 Zalatoris, 7-2 Scheffler, and 40 Matsuyama. Who's this? This looks like Mr. Keegan Bradley, isn't it?
Keegan Bradley,
yeah.
Are you watching at the same time as us, Parky?
I think so, yeah. I'm on the telly upstairs, so it's maybe a couple of seconds behind. But
okay, fair enough. Excellent.
it's amazing how fickle us golf fans are. Like Scottie Scheffler at the Masters, I was in love with the bloke.
Yeah,
I've called him every name under the sun at the start of this round. It's just been like,
it's
amazing
quite
how quickly
sad,
your
isn't it?
allegiances switch.
Get that question back up, lads. There was a good question back up on the screen. Brian Morgan says, your farthest away viewer watching from Cabo San Lucas, MX. What's MX? Mexico. I still think it's horses for courses. I photographed 14 US Opens and 50 of ours. Good man, Brian. And now you live in Mexico. That's excellent. You are, so far, I think, our furthest away viewer, and we're very grateful to have you, as indeed we are with all of you. Sweet Spot Live from the Racing Post in partnership with Boyle Sports, Bruce Millington and Steve Palmer. And we've had so many guests tonight. It's felt like Noel's house party. Parky's our latest one.
Mr. Blobby's coming on later, isn't he? Paul Keeley. They got what they wanted, didn't they? Brendan Duke. So let's get Paul Keeley on, because there was demand.
Wasn't it great having Brendan Duke on? I love Brendan Duke. That voice, Steve. Is that the first time you've ever heard Brendan Duke?
Yeah. I really liked his voice. Yeah. It was just so sort of reassuring, wasn't it?
It was great to hear about his love life. I like that story.
Yes, meeting someone at a countdown convention and then 6 weeks in saying, look, sir, I can't come round tonight because I'm watching the golf. That's it. I mean, can you imagine?
I like my wife's not happy that the golf's taking precedent over the over Love Island. It was left on quite a cliffhanger the other day. So I'm a big fan of Love Island, though. I mean,
you are a fan, yeah?
Love Island. But golf
I think what's she called? Hakan Sue. No, Rax. What's she called?
Ekin Sue.
Ekin Sue is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life. Do you watch Love Island, Steve?
No, but I have picked up that Michael Owen's daughter's in it. Is she still going
She
well?
is indeed, yeah. I think, I must admit, I don't watch it that much, but I am quite taken with this Ekin Sue. She's,
She's a bit fiery, isn't she?
Someone did ask, by the way, Steve, a few minutes ago, what have you got in your hand? What is that black thing?
Oh, that is the microphone, yeah.
Oh,
I just don't really know what to do with it. Yeah.
What? You don't? Do you need it? I haven't got one. I'm just using my headphones.
I've got one. So we could just rest it and see whether you can still hear me. I assumed I had to hold it up like John Watson used to do it.
Does your headphones not have microphone, Steve?
Headphones in the microphone, yeah. Headphones in the microphone.
We're happy with that, I think. I think we're okay with that. That's good.
Good shot.
Jack Gallagher has asked, early Open Championship bet, please, Steve.
Yeah, Rory McIlroy's been in my thoughts for the Open Championship all year. It'd be a bit rude to rule him out, given how well he played in Canada, and he's played all right this week. So yeah, I just think Rory McIlroy on a calm day at St Andrews can shoot 60. I'm
off McIlroy. I just think he's just a disaster magnet. Stuff happens. By the way, guys, the furthest away viewer competition has been won. Anthony Wheelahan from Torquay in Australia. I've got a friend who lives in Melbourne, and he's got a holiday home in Torquay, Australia. It's meant to be very nice indeed.
We had a fellow from Chad last time. Chad was on. Do you remember the fellow?
Yeah.
Chad. I mean, I'm hoping he comes back for more.
Yeah,
superb.
Zvonimir Boban says, Bruce, I'm a big Arsenal fan, terrified about the opening game of the season. Can you confirm that can I confirm my what? Yeah, you're playing Palace, and it should be good. Right, who's that? Has Scheffler tugged one into the first cut?
Not a bad lie, though, is it? Not a bad lie.
Do you think they could all crumble from now and Matsuyama get involved or not?
No.
Yes, if it was yesterday's conditions, possibly. It looks a bit easier out there today, doesn't it?
A bit less blowy, isn't it?
Does look pleasant out there.
Yes.
Right, guys, if you don't have access to the pictures and you want to know what's happening to your each way bets, let me just take you through the leaderboard. With 5 holes to play for the back group, Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris -5. Scheffler is -4 through 14. Matsuyama's finished on -3. Morikawa's finished on -2. McCarthy is -2 with 2 to play. And then McIlroy, Hadwin, Hadwin and Bradley are on -1. That is your top 9. You are up to date. Who did you back at the start, Parky? Oh, you were saying you're too busy with Royal Ascot.
I've only had one bet. Yeah, I was watching with intrigue because Callum Tarrant who was doing well for a long time. I played football against him a few times. He was like my year group at school. He was at a different school. But yeah, he's from the same town as me, so he was a good footballer as well. Yeah, it was good to see him. He had another good round today, so that's massive for his career. I think he's finished around 30th, I think. So
Nice.
hopefully he can kick on from that, because he really did only have one bad round, and it was understandable the conditions there were yesterday, but he shot under par again today, so that's great to see. Local
Absolutely.
boy.
Ronald Fernandez Valera says, hoping Happy Gilmore caddy wins. Hi from Costa Rica, Pura Vida. I hope Pura Vida isn't some hideous profanity, but Costa Rica is a great place. Oh, Zvonimir spat it out. I'm a big Arsenal fan. Can you confirm Palace will regress before the opening game? I can't have another 0-3. No, I can't. I don't have a clue. I really don't have a clue. Anything could happen there, but hopefully we'll be all right. Who have Sunderland got first game of the season?
I don't know. I've not. Are the fixtures out yet?
Don't know.
I haven't paid attention anyway.
Porter 2020 says, Parky, are Sunderland runners for the playoffs next season? I'll answer that.
I would hope so, but they need to get their act together off the pitch. I mean, there's another merry-go-round of who's going to own the club going into this season. It just really doesn't help things. So if they've got money to spend, they do need to improve, I think, on the squad. But they were, in my opinion, they're the best team in League One last year. So they just kind of messed around a bit in the middle. So I'd be disappointed if they're not fighting for the playoffs, at least, anyway.
Okay. Brad Furness says, love the show, boys. Tuning in from Antarctica. Very good out. Brad, I like that. I'm still having Torquay, Australia, furthest from the show. The furthest from the show competition. Fitzpatrick now. Zalatoris has set up a half-decent birdie chance. Can Fitzpatrick do the same? No, that's a shocker. That's the first sign there that things might be starting to boil up in his head and his thought process might be frazzling, because that was awful. Very, very short chip, and he's left it on the top of the ridge. So it's advantage Zalatoris there. And Zalatoris is 11-10. 6-4 Fitzpatrick, 4 Scheffler, 80 Matsuyama. So Ball Sports believe, as to I'm sure every other bookmaker, that means that this front three will contest it. I suppose that's right. You all right, Steve, there? Supping away on your beaker of Vimto?
I do have a bowl of pretzels that I might bring into play, but then they might dry the mouth out, and then I might not be able to speak. They do.
Yeah, and they'd be quite crunchy, wouldn't they? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We've still got one more guest. It's been great to have so many guests tonight. It really has helped matters no end. We've got Diane Knox-Ballas coming up at 11. But it's been great to have you on the show, Parky. What have you got in the background there? That looks like a birdie cartoon. Is that right?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, it's
did
one
you do
that
it
he did
specifically for your wedding?
Well, I can't get out of the way.
That's
for
it.
Our wedding.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of your two's work conditions because you have all sorts of lovely memorabilia, whereas I don't really have too much of that.
The white wall.
Who's this? This is Hadwin, I think. Oh no, it's McCarthy. All right. Steve, has your thoughts changed? You're still with Scheffler?
I still think Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris will feel it down the stretch. I know we're quite deep into the stretch now, but I'd still be with Scheffler.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Parky? Are you keeping the faith with the flimsy Yorkshireman?
I hope so. I am going to keep the faith. I'm not cashing out at any point, so I'm just letting it ride. We'll see. I think these two putts here could be massive, really. If Zalatoris holds it, I think we've got a bit of work to do. But it can change so quickly. I think it's 14. It's 14. Oh, it's this one they're playing, isn't it? 14. So
that needs to stop. That needs to stop from Fitzpatrick. He missed one like that on the short 11th, didn't he? He's robbed that pass. His shoulders are sagging. Have you seen? He's got saggy shoulders.
Question of himself there. Yeah,
here's Scheffler at the. This is a 527-yard par 4.
Yeah,
he's in the cabbage, but I think this could be good.
Yeah, I think.
It's unbelievably good, but it's going to run through the green. Is that difficult, Steve?
That is difficult. That is difficult. But as you say, it's a difficult golf hole. Yeah, Hideki's ears will be pricked, won't they?
Well, they will. He certainly won't be leaving the premises, will he?
No.
Zalatoris now. Score will be, guys.
Well, been having that debate all night.
Yeah, I think they're on it. I think they're on it right now.
Are you two all right to chat for a moment?
Do you need to relieve yourself?
Shh. I just need to sort of pop out. Do you know each other? Have you met each other before?
We've never met
each other
flesh.
a couple of times.
Yeah. I had to write a chapter for one of Tom's award-winning books. Why don't you advertise that book while Bruce is away? Remember that book?
A while ago, the Racing Post betting guide.
That's it.
It's some good stuff in there, though.
Mm.
The golf stuff was brilliant. Oh, Zalatoris has missed that. That helps. This is a nasty 5-footer, isn't it? That Fitzpatrick's got.
Yeah. He's asked himself some serious questions. Only 4 golf holes after this one.
He puts with a lot of confidence, doesn't he? So he kind of like he's happy to roll them past, but when the pressure's on like this, the flag's
really
out.
Is the flag going back in? Yeah, he always puts with the flag in. The flag's going back in. Okay.
Like sometimes he has it in and then sometimes out. I mean, that would annoy me. Like I'd have to just have it one way or the other. If he wants the flag in, then just do it all the time with it in.
It certainly doesn't speed up play, does it? You know, the reason they gave you the option is to speed up play. But if one player in the group has it in and one player has it out, then there's a lot of fannying around going on. But this is a high pressure putt here for Fitzy. What's he got in his locker? Get those memories of the US Amateur back. He owns this.
You would expect him to knock it in if this is like round 2, but this is.
Yes, well done.
Good boy.
That was bold. Wasn't
This is going to be tight
for the cut. It sure is.
I wonder if 4 under is going to be enough to get you at this chapter. It's certainly into a playoff.
Yeah, possibly. We shall see.
I think it's going to be.
So you're not a proud Yorkshireman. I'm sorry I labelled you a proud Yorkshireman earlier. What county were you born in?
County Durham.
County Durham.
Yeah, we're pretty close to the border of Yorkshire, to be fair.
Yeah. You've got that sort of similar accent.
Yeah. It's a little bit.
Parky, thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
Yeah, enjoyed it, fellas.
We'll see you soon. Good. If I don't win, I hope you do, mate. Okay.
Yeah, vice versa. Yeah.
All right, Parky. Take care, pal.
Catch you soon, guys.
See you, bud.
Stay safe. Stay alert. Stay safe.
Are you all right, Steve?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
McIlroy's fighting back. Imagine McIlroy can't win, can he?
Not happening, is it?
Well, don't worry about it. Enjoy the tournament. Enjoy the excitement of the tournament. It doesn't always have to be about betting, does it?
Well, there is that.
Yeah, Stephen Donnelly makes it. This is a good question. If it goes wrong for Zalatoris again, will he be branded as a bottler, and would that be fair? I don't think he's won on the PGA Tour yet. It's a good question, that I think.
I don't know. I don't think we should brand him a bottler. I think it's a bit too early. And he hasn't been around much, has he? He hasn't had a PGA Tour car for very long.
No, I think he could learn to putt, and if he does, the rest of the world would better watch out. Here's Scheffler now chipping out of the cabbage. This might go in. No, it doesn't. It's nipped by, but it should be fine. So it's all got from the leaderboard ebbing and flowing like Billy-O, Steve. It's all sort of the wind has dropped, hasn't it? And they're all just static for the time being. But,
I agree. I mean, is it squeaky bum time?
I don't know what that means.
No, nor do I. I think Scheffler's going to win. I still think Scheffler's going to win.
7-2, Scheffler.
Yeah, I think Scheffler's going to win.
Ball Sports go 5-4 Fitzpatrick, 6-4 Zalatoris, 7-2 Scheffler.
Yeah, you can easily see Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick bogey in that 15th, and then we're all square. I'd still be leaning towards Scheffler. In fact, I'm asking to have a bet now that Rahm's done it for me. So I might actually have a live bet.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to back the chef?
Yeah, I think the chef is going to win.
Okay, so fair enough.
I'll
tell you what.
You see Scheffler in 14th place. He's in 14th place now, Xander Scheffler. I mean,
is he?
There's 12 each way places out there with some firms.
I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can squeeze some juice, Steve, out of the Fitzpatrick Zalatoris 2-ball. Okay, so I'm on Boyle Sports here, okay? And let's see well, first of all, the 2-ball winner, Zalatoris 7-5, Fitzpatrick 5-4, tie 3-1. Let's go on to those hole bets. What's the 16th hole? Which one's that? Remind me.
The 16th is very, very hard golf hole.
It's that 527 yarder, isn't it? Or is it? No, it's the par 3.
The 15th is harder than the 16th, but the 16th is still very hard. Yes, it's a par 3. Trying to remember the yardage.
It's the one that Rory was in the bunker. 200 plus. Okay, right. So on hole 16, we could back Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris. We could have 2 bets here. Boyle Sports go 21-10. Fitzpatrick is bogey or worse, and 15-8 Zalatoris is bogey or worse. If one of them fails to par or better, then we don't lose. And if they both do it, we get the lot. Do you like that?
Yeah. I do like that. Yeah. I think you're in good form.
With the pressure on, I think that's decent.
It's a seriously difficult golf hole. Yeah, I do like that.
Right, so we put up a 72 winner when Rahm birdied the 11th, and now here we are. We're going on Boyle Sports. You go to the 2 balls, you go Zalatoris v Fitzpatrick, and you go player score. And on the 16th, we're having 2 bets: Fitzpatrick 21-10. Zalatoris 15-8. These are only small stakes. They're fun bets, but I think we feel like we might have a little angle on that, don't we?
Absolutely. No, I think you've put up some crackers there. And I see Boyle Sports are betting on the JP McManus Pro-Am Invitational.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Are you in that?
Monday the 4th of July. No, I did go there once, didn't I, for that? But no, I think I've not been invited back since.
Wow.
Yeah. Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, Scottie Scheffler, Justin Thomas. Wow.
Decent.
How good that tournament was this year, yeah.
Cool.
So
here she is.
Hello.
Diane, how are you? You're early.
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're good, thank you. Now then, remind us who you put up at the start, because you got a good run for your money, but it looks like it might not quite get the job done. Who was it?
It's okay. Well, my outright favourite was Rory, and yesterday was a struggle. I mean, he did well to stay in it, but I also had Matt Fitzpatrick at 30-1 on Monday.
Oh, superb.
Just screaming when he made that putt on the 12th. I feel very conflicted though, because as much as I want him to win, for Will Zalatoris to get over the line, to get his first win, and especially at the US Open, it would be so special. So, I mean, the 2 of them, and then Scheffler, you can never root against someone like Scottie Scheffler. So, Fitzpatrick is edging it for me right now, though, because I picked him at the start of the week.
Now, you've gotten in, obviously, your brother's Russell Knox, US Tour star, and so you know all these guys. Is Zalatoris a nice guy? Do you like him?
I've never met him, and I haven't really heard much about him from Russell, but everything you see of him, I think he seems like such a great guy. He seems like he's enjoying it. He always has a brilliant attitude. You know, obviously he's come so close so many times, and he's always had this great kind of bounce back attitude that he's learning and his confidence is growing. So I think he seems like a brilliant guy. You know, he's young, he's one of these hot new talents on the PGA Tour now, and I think he's a very easy guy to root for. Plus he looks like the caddy from Happy Gilmore, so how could you ever
Yes, someone else has already said that, as well as obviously Bernhard Langer and Oliver Wilson.
Do you think that's the best film ever? Do you think that's the best film ever made, Diane? Would you have Happy Gilmore as the best film ever made?
No, have you seen Top Gun Maverick? Because it's up there.
I haven't yet. No, the new one, yeah.
It is outstanding. It is immediately one of the best films ever.
I'm desperate to see that. I haven't got around to it yet. Okay, no, that's
because you always had the original Top Gun as your number 2 in your favourite films behind Happy Gilmore, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's better than Top Gun 1, is it? Yeah, fantastic. I look forward to it.
Very similar, because I watched the first Top Gun right before I went to see the new one, and like it's definitely on par. Pardon the pun. Yeah. But I cried 7 times. I mean, obviously I'm pregnant and very hormonal, but it's very emotional. Take a little hanky because.
Oh, really?
I mean,
yeah.
Steve, really can you get your microphone and hold it again like you were?
Yeah,
the sound's gone to pot. I think it was in your groin. That's was it? Yeah. Who's Russell Knox's favourite? Who's his best pal on the tour?
We were talking about this the other day. He spends a lot of time. He likes Harold Varner III. They get on great.
He looks a dude.
Yeah, he's Russell's so easygoing. Russell's one of those guys that he like gets on with everyone. But he always says it's kind of hard to be friends with the guys that you're competing against week after week. Like you don't want to be besties all the time. But Brian Stewart, they've been friends for a long time, so they're pretty close. They hung out together. But and Russell loves Rory. They have a great relationship too. So
Lovely. Is there a certain tournament that he's got his eye on for the remainder of the season, or any sort of course that he?
Next week's the Travelers Championship, and he won that in 2016. So he always loves going back up there, River Highlands. So he's been up for 2 weeks. He wasn't feeling great at Memorial, so he came home and he thought, it's probably better to skip the US Open qualifier, take 2 weeks at home and kind of figure out what was up. So I was just with him the other night for dinner, and he's feeling great and excited to go back to a place that he's won before. And then a week off, and then he's over to Scotland for the Scottish Open.
Fantastic.
Big home event, obviously. And he loves the fact that he can make that trip back every year and take part. And then all going well, he's got chances now to qualify for the Open Championship. So that's the goal anyway.
Okay, excellent. No, like it. And no offers come in from Live Golf yet. Then no 200 million.
Oh, good question. Look, Peter Davis has picked up on that. One of our viewers. Is he going to join the Live Tour? Come on, give us the exclusive.
No, he's told me 100% no, and we've obviously talked about it at great length. And he said that he's got 2 reasons why he won't go. Number one is he's like, if you're given that much money all at once, where's the incentive to constantly do better? And he's like, I love the fact that the better I play day after day, week after week, I can make more money. So that was his top reason. Then he said, also, I feel like I'm a very loyal person, and he's on the player advisory committee for the tour, for the PGA Tour. Yeah. He's like, I just feel like it's not in my DNA to be kind of disloyal to the PGA Tour, who have got me this far in my career. So he's a definite no. There's no danger that's going to happen.
Very noble. Very, very noble. Yeah. I mean, it's not nice to see all this, though, is it, Diane? I mean, the game's kind of fragmenting and we don't know where it's going to finish. Do you worry, or do you think it will pan out okay in the end?
It's been really weird. I think this week has been quite nice because it's really settled down. There was a lot of talk about it at the start of the week, but out of respect for the US Open, nobody's really announced that they're moving across. But I've heard that next week there's going to be fireworks again. And I've already heard rumors that one multiple major winner is apparently going to go. I don't know who that is. And then I just saw a rumor that Abraham Answer is apparently going to move across. So.
I heard Matsuyama.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we just don't know, do we? I mean, it's an interesting time, but you might end up with a period where there's just 3 really interesting tournaments a week rather than 2. But they're not going to want to stand still. They won't stop chucking money at it until they've got the Russell Knoxes of this world signed up. So we'll have to see, won't we? But
I think that was the thing about the first event in London, is that they just kind of stamped their mark and said, well, we're here and we're not going anywhere. This is only going to get bigger. We're going to sign more players. We're going to throw in more money. They're obviously going to, I thought that the first go around, the streaming was good. They're obviously going to try and improve on the broadcast, but it's, it's, as you say, it's fragmented. It's a very weird time of uncertainty, and who knows what direction it's going to go. But I think we know for certain that they're here to stay and they're only going to get bigger.
According to a couple of our viewers who've been posting comments on, Brooks Koepka is the multiple major winner in question. How about that?
Really? There's not many multiple major winners out there.
When he did his press conference the other day at the US Open, he was very cagey. I mean, I'm sure you guys saw it, but he kind of had a go at the meeting. Then he wouldn't. When someone said, "Are you leaving the PGA Tour?" and he's like, "Well, where am I going to go?" So he was very kind of defensive, a little bit cagey with his answers. So and his brother's
there. I was going to say his brother Chase is there, isn't he? So maybe he just wants to.
And his old mucker, obviously. DeChambeau as well.
That would be fun.
I'm going to tie you down now for a tip, because Boyle Sports goes 6-4 Fitzpatrick, 7-4 Zalatoris, 9-4 Scheffler, 22 McIlroy, because he's got a birdie chance there at 17. If he drains that, he's only 2 off it, and then 40 Matsuyama. So who's going to win it now? If I pressed a free, fresh $10 bill into your fist, who would you back, Diane?
As much as I want to say Matt Fitzpatrick, I'm going all in on the American dream, and I think it's finally going to be the week for Will Zalatoris.
Okay, cool. Excellent stuff. Well, it's been such a topsy-turvy tournament, hasn't it? It's just been incredible. What do you think of the course? I mean, I hate it when people say the course is the winner is the winner, but it has been an absolute belter of a venue, hasn't it?
Yeah, and the US Open for years was under so much scrutiny for their course setups. And I think this has been an amazing test. Everyone knows that a US Open is going to be such a tough overall test of the game. And the course has been spectacular. I love seeing the blind shots. It's not something you see very often. And there's kind of a linksy feel to the country club almost. But I think it's been great. I've loved it. And you can see it in the scores, obviously, that it's been tough, and really that's the way it should be.
Absolutely. And finally, before we let you go, a very cheeky question from one of our viewers. Any chance of Diane Knox joining the live commentary team or on-course reporter for the big bucks?
Well, I was talking to someone about...
No.
No, but I think that, like, say in a normal circumstance, say if someone came to me and said, "Oh, we're going to offer you a job, we're going to pay you, like, $500,000 a year," you would be like, "Oh my gosh." But then I think with this, there's such a big moral question mark behind it. And I'm going to say, I mean, gosh, you can never say never. Who knows what direction it's going to go. But right now, my husband said to me, even if they offered you the money, you're not going. so
oh, well, that's told you, hasn't it?
I know. I was like, okay. But no, I think right now I would quite happily say no is my answer.
All right, Diane. Listen, thank you so much for joining us on Sweet Spotlight. It's great to talk to you again. Will you join us for the Open watch along as well in a few weeks?
Yeah, but I might cry because I'm going to be so sad that I'm not back in Scotland at St Andrews. Oh my gosh, it's going to be an incredible week, and I would love to. Thank you, as always, for having me on.
Brilliant stuff. You take care, Diane. Diane Knox-Ballas there, the brilliant Diane Knox-Ballas. You can read her tips every week on Pickswise.com, our sister sports betting website and app in the USA. And if you do like your American sports, make sure that you check out Pickswise right across everything that happens in America. Brilliant stuff. Right then, Steve, back to the tournament. How's your pecker? What angle is it at?
Oh, slight to the left. Rory McIlroy for birdie at 17.
Interesting, eh?
Let's see.
Zalatoris is in the hay, isn't he, off the tee? Oh no,
no.
Just pulled that to the left. I think that'll probably be it now. I mean, implosions aren't impossible, but they're unlikely, aren't they? Let's keep you up to date with where we're at, because it's been a fascinating tournament. It's coming to the boil, and we still don't know who's going to win. I think they're both wayward. He's got a lovely lie there. So through 14, Fitzpatrick and Zalatoris are -5. Through 16, Scheffler's -4. Finished on -3, Matsuyama. Finished on -2, Morikawa. McCarthy has 1 hole to play. He's -2. McIlroy has 1 to play, and he is -2. The latest betting from our friends at Boyle Sports, 11-8, Matt Fitzpatrick. He's favourite to win his first ever major. Wouldn't that be fantastic? 15-8, Zalatoris, also looking to pop his major cherry. 9-4, Scheffler. He's just lurking. We're almost waiting for him to come to hand and do something and grab this by the scruff of the neck. Don't you think, Steve?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, I mean, this is a key hole, this 15th. Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick slightly out of position. It's still very conceivable that they could both bogey this hole. Then we'll have a 3-way go at the top there.
Someone says, has Damon blown the top 7? I'm afraid he has. He's currently tied 10th. So that's not ideal. And Richard, who's been contributing all night, says, I'm out of here, guys. Damon's blown it. Got to get up. He's a postman. You guys are great. Love you lots. Love you lots like jelly tots. Richard, thank you so much for your company tonight and for your comments. Thanks to everyone who's watched Sweet Spot Live, particularly everyone who has contributed. We've had some great comments. Why were you swooning there? Because
Fitzpatrick's just hit an amazing golf shot.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Golf shot. Yeah, definitely golf.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% golf.
God, he was miles away and he's hit it. He's given himself a little birdie sniff, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's an incredible golf shot. He deserves all the plaudits going for that one.
Online, wasn't it? Porter 2020 says, get ready for a playoff again. That's more overtime, not impossible.
Oh, blimey. Well, That was that was an amazing goal shot.
It was, and now Zalatoris has got to respond. And I'll tell you what, that's rooted itself, hasn't it? It's not an impossible lie, but it's not very good, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. No, I think Zalatoris is going to bogey it. Fitzpatrick's going to par it, and then Fitzpatrick's leading with just 3 golf holes left.
Billy Cooper thinks that Patrick Cantley will join Liv. I'd be very surprised, I must say. But I suppose, if Dustin's going to go, why not? I tell you what, they're getting a bit of ahead of steam up, those Liv boys, aren't they? He's pulled this. This is not good. This is not good for Zalatoris. It's scuttled into the bunker. Has he got a stance okay there, Steve?
Yeah, he's
panicking here.
No, he's got a stance. But
Definitely advantage Fitzpatrick, isn't it?
Very much so, John.
Absolutely. Danny says, what do you guys do after the show? Is it straight to bed for a few beers and some rubbish on TV for a bit? Straight to bed for me, mate. Goodness me. I mean, it's after midnight.
Straight to bed for a few beers would be controversial.
It would. Yeah.
In next to Nick.
Yeah. Start opening cans. Yeah, that wouldn't go down very well, would it? Here is Scheffler at 17. It looks like he's hit an absolute Brahma. He's watching it. He might even have twiddled the club there, but that's a beautiful drive. I must admit, I've got a feeling that Scheffler's going to come good here.
Yeah, I still think Scheffler's going to win.
You do?
Yeah, I think he's going to birdie 17, par 18, 5 under par.
Yeah, I think you could be right.
Take a chance from there. I mean, it's a two-hole playoff, isn't it, if we go that far? So you'd
Fitzpatrick's odds on, though, mate. Ball Sports, 5-6 Fitzpatrick, 3 Zalatoris, 5-2 Scheffler. It's funny, isn't it? Like I say, this tournament's sort of gone one way and the other, but it's just stood still for a bit. But it is so fascinating. We do not know which of these 3 are going to win it. I think what we do know is that no one else can win unless it goes absolutely bananas. You agreeing with that, Steve?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic tournament. It's been a fantastic tournament. Yeah, I live all these things through the punting prism. Is that a thing? The punting prism?
Yeah, it is. But do you ever think that would you like to be able to just shake off the fact that your tips and your bets have blown out and then just enjoy the tournament?
No, I just think I've accepted. I get massive highs and then and lows. I'd rather have the massive highs and lows than be just living in the middle, not really bothered about what's happening.
But you can have mild highs and mild lows and live in the middle.
But then you never get those exquisite highs, do you? I think living's all about experiences, and I think you get those. I just like living up there occasionally.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, but I mean, you have to do a lot of living down there in order to live up there, don't you?
That's the equation. That's the equation.
Right. This is
right. The stance is a bit more awkward than I gave it credit for.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. The ball's below his feet.
Yeah.
Sand saves this week 3 of 4. Wow, what a stat!
He's about.
I think this is hard. I think this is hard. I am worried.
5 to bogey, 2 to
I'm 5. Like Rob Shepherd. I'm worried.
Yeah, you probably should be very worried.
Should be now because that's not getting anywhere near it, is it? No, he's got. Still, it's his go next. So Fitzpatrick now is absolutely in great shape, and he's 4-6 with Boyle Sports. It's 5-2 Scheffler and 3 the Zala. But you can see why Fitzpatrick's odds on now. Wouldn't that be amazing? That the lad from Sheffield, absolutely incredible.
I'd be delighted for him because as we discussed earlier, there's nothing you just can dislike about him, is there?
No. Here's Connor. Lads, the show's great. It's my last night in Dubai on holiday and I will not be sleeping tonight. It's so exciting. You two are great. Thank you very much, Connor. But it must be a good 3:15 out there in Dubai, or 2:15. And so, if we get a playoff, you won't be sleeping. But I hope you're having a lovely time in Dubai. It's quite warm that time of year. Now then, Scheffler has a chance to really pile the pressure on. A beautiful drive at 17. He's got a very, very lofty club in his hand.
He's quite literally licking his lips, isn't he? Did you see that?
Yeah. Is this the moment that Scheffler just steps forward and says, all right, Sonny Jim, you and your little mate, stand there, get out of our way. I'm going to take this by the scruff of the neck. It's on its way. He's gouged it a little bit. Huge divot. Oh, it's a great shot. It's brilliant. He's put that to within 7 feet. So, he's got that to join the gang.
He's put that to bed.
At -5, and don't forget Zalatoris has got a horrible putt to stay at -5. So Zalatoris suddenly is on thin ice here. Scheffler has just watched those two. They haven't extended. I think there's a make percent here on Zalatoris' par putt of something like 4%. This is really, really tough.
I think it said 9. But I wouldn't expect this to go in. I wouldn't expect this to go in. I don't expect Fitzy to birdie it. Although I'd get a reasonable look at the line, wouldn't he?
No, Zalatoris has started to leave him short. So he's back to -4. Fitzpatrick is on -5 with a birdie putt to come. And Scheffler may well go to -5. So difficult times now for us backers of Zalatoris. Let's see what's happening with the betting. 5-6 Fitzpatrick, 13-8 Scheffler, 11-2 Zalatoris. And I'll tell you what, who's that? Is that?
Oh, that's the brethren, isn't it? It's the brethren.
That's Fitzpatrick's brother. Is that his mum?
Yeah.
So they've just picked up the cameras of the Fitzpatrick clan lurking in the undergrowth, looking very, very tense. The brother puts his arm around mum and says, come on. They look quite excited, actually, don't they, still? They're probably very level-headed. If they're anything like him, they'll be level-headed.
What's the dad doing?
I don't know. He's probably gone to get a hot dog, maybe, or a beer. If my son was in contention in the US Open, I'd be on the floor. I'd be in bits.
I wouldn't be able to eat a hot dog.
No, I bet you wouldn't. No. Right then, here we go. Fitzpatrick for birdie. It's about 22 feet, would you say?
23.
It's on its way. It looks good. And it's in. It is in. Matt Fitzpatrick and the family go absolutely bananas. What a cool putt that was. I'll tell you what.
Amazing.
Parky would be loving that. That was brilliant.
Parky would be having kittens, wouldn't he?
2-shot swing with the final group then. Wow. So he strides to the 16th. 3 shots to play now. Fitzpatrick is -6. Scheffler and Zalatoris -4. Matsuyama -3. Wind getting up again. Look at those flags fluttering away, Stephen. That's a stop.
Don't forget Wazza. He's still got about 3 hours of daylight.
Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I think he
3 hours of daylight left in Leeds.
I think Wazza was doing it for the sort of the Yorkshire Massive, wasn't he? What a putt that was.
He
just never looked like it was doing anything other than going in. Brilliant stuff. I must say, I think Matt Fitzpatrick, Steve, is one of these golfers you couldn't fail to like, could you? He just seems a lovely lad, doesn't he? And I bet if he wins, he won't cry. It'll be because he's analytical. He's like a nerd, isn't he? And he'll just he'll be pleased and he'll be happy and he'll do a lovely speech. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he'll cry?
I think there's a fair chance there might be some tears. Yeah. I'd like to see some tears. To win your first PGA Tour event in the US Open. I mean, God, you need balls of. The Sheffield Steel line's going to be in all the newspapers tomorrow, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
No, very, very impressive. That long putt that he holed from a different zip code seemed to, really give him the belief to finish the job. Fantastic effort from Fitzy.
But we've got him and Zalatoris to make a real pig's ear of the next, haven't we? We've backed them both to bogey this next hole, haven't we? Do you remember?
Of course, yeah.
What have you got? What's the week ahead hold for you, Steve?
The BMW International Open,
and
the Travellers Championship. And Diana's suggested Noxie should be in our shortlist.
Past winner.
Yeah, we'll have a look at Noxie. But
what time will you be up in the mornings, beginning your study?
I'll be in the work shed at 8 a.m. at the latest.
Really?
Yeah. I like to get off to a flyer.
You don't mess around, do you?
Normally get in there sort of 7:15, but 8 at the latest. I might afford myself an 8 a.m. start, given how late this could potentially be.
Yeah, Brendan's joined us to give it a big steal. Excellent, well done, Brendan. You knew, my friend. He knows nothing about golf, but if you're a judge, you're a judge of everything. I always think. Well, I don't always think.
Absolutely. I like the Sligo Roscommon border. That's just sort of conjures.
Yeah, I know.
Parking up right on the line there, and
to go and ask for a vowel and then a consonant. Yeah. Tom Eskin. Oh, hang on a sec. Danny 123 again. Thanks, Danny. Great contributions tonight. I think the switch to the red apron has tamed the Spanish bull. Yeah, it could be. You might want to take it off.
A lot to answer for. Now, this has been a horrendous week. Aside from Jim Furyk, top senior, there's not a lot of returns.
Oh, well. Tom Eskin says, before you ask, lads, Fitz's dad is called Russell and his mum is called Susan. Thank you very much.
I
could have guessed Susan.
Susan. She looks like a Susan.
She does look like Susan, yeah, or Helen, perhaps.
Susan's reaction here. Oh my word!
And what's the brother called? Is he Andrew?
He's Alex, isn't he?
Alex, because of course he was caddying for Matt, wasn't he? Right then, here we are at 16. A really difficult tee shot into the 203-yard par 3. It's an elevated green. This is where the real test of Fitzpatrick's nerves come in. But like I say, he hasn't really shown much in the way of flimsiness. And here he goes here. This looks okay. This looks all right. It's on its way. It's fine.
He's massively in the zone now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's found the heart of the green. He's got 25 foot, he can par his way in now. Here's Scheffler, though, for birdie. Can he do it? Can he get it in? He can indeed. Scheffler. He moves to within one.
He's going to make Fitzpatrick work for it, isn't he?
Zalatoris now needs a miracle. Zalatoris needs an out-and-out miracle, and I'm not sure that's any good. I think that's going right. Yeah, right at the hole. That's a brilliant shot. Goodness me, what's going on? What sort of a thing is happening here? Zalatoris. Wow. Yeah. Steve, tell us what's happening then. Summarise the situation.
Well, Zalatoris has a 6-foot birdie putt, which you wouldn't fancy in the make under these circumstances. But he has been putting really well this week, and he always puts well in majors, so maybe he will get it in. But there's a lot of golf being played here. I still think Scheffler's going to win. I still can't get my head around Fitzpatrick winning this for his first title.
Why?
McIlroy's plugging away there. I suppose they're showing
shot by McIlroy.
Yeah. What is it?
McIlroy slots that. He's into -3 as well. This is brilliant stuff. This really, really good.
I love the way Scheffler looks, though. Look at Scheffler's eyes.
Oh, he's cool as a cucumber.
I think he expects to win. But
he's got the 3 wood out on 18. He's parred it the previous 3 rounds. He just wants to find the fairway. And he's certainly going to. That's as straight as a die. Do you ever look at the apex thing? You know, when they do the Pro Tracer, do you care what the apex is?
Don't spend too long looking at the apex, but it's a nice addition to the broadcast. So Scheffler's in position A there, isn't he?
And, so Scheffler is -5, and he's just driven at 18. Fitzpatrick's -6. He's got about 20 foot for birdie. Zalatoris is -4. He's got 6 foot for birdie. So probably the betting would suggest that Fitzpatrick is going to par this and Zalatoris is going to birdie it, in which case we're going to play off, mate. Let's be honest about it. Let's see what's happened to Big Johnny Rahm. He's 4 over today, +1 for the tournament. Let's see what other tales of woe we've got. Nick Hardy, he can sustain his challenge. This is Fitzpatrick. Is this a repeat or is this a fresh
No, this is live action.
Oh, he's dropped it right by the hole. It's a lovely one. That. It was just a little bit short, but it's very nice. That Rahm +4, Bradley +1, Damon +1, McCarthy -2. He's played quite well. Hadwin couldn't get it going. He's even par. McIlroy -1. These are all round scores for today. Where's that blooming Burns? A terrible performance by him. Where is he? 6 over today. Goodness me.
Where is Gascoigne?
He's forgotten his mask. Right, here's McIlroy for birdie at 18, which does give him a theoretical chance if it goes in, but not really. But what it would do is if you've backed him on, no, he can't quite get in there. But if you backed him each way at the start of the week, you will collect the place money, so that's good. McIlroy's had a decent week there, hasn't he, Steve? I mean, again, he just finds himself in some spots that he shouldn't, doesn't he?
I think the majors are a psychological thing now. It's going to be almost 8 years since he last won a major. I think it's not just the Masters anymore. It used to be the Masters that was a big psychological hurdle. I think it's every major now. It's in the old noggin there that is, the victory drought is immense. It was supposed to be the next Arnold Palmer, and are we ever going to get there? Oh my word, he's knocked that in with a plum.
Zalatoris goes to -5. This is tremendous stuff. This is absolutely brilliant. And Zalatoris is strutting off to the 17th.
He looks like a proud peacock. He looks as proud as Punch. He's gone the wrong way. He says,
what's he doing? This looks like he's a bowler pacing out his run-up. Peter Davis says it's heating up. And Peter, I'm going to give you sorry, I'm going to give Peter an extra point for grammar there, because so many people say hotting up. Things don't hot up; they heat up. So,
well done,
yeah,
Peter.
good grammar, and you're absolutely right, mate. It really is. Yeah. Robert Williamson says, love the nod to Graham Taylor doc there, Bruce. Well, I mean, Robert, if you haven't spotted the 30 references to the Graham Taylor doc, everything, then you haven't been paying attention. But
rest in peace, Graham. Rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Who's going to win the golf tournament?
Who?
Who do you think? I was asking you a question.
Oh, sorry. Who do I think?
Who do you think is going to win the golf tournament?
I think Fitzpatrick now, but I mean, that's about my 8th tip of the night. I just think it's this inner serenity to the lad.
Yeah, I just still can't quite get there with Fitzpatrick. I think Scheffler's going to stiff this.
Do you? He's a long way out, isn't he?
It's a limp flag. It's a limp flag.
178 yards. He went with the 3-wood for safety, and now he's got to follow up. He's probably only got an 8-iron with 178 yards, not even that.
He believes in himself, though, doesn't he?
I know what you mean, mate. I know the guy has got. He's just got so much confidence at the moment, hasn't he? And he's staring that down like he loves it to bits, and so he should. I mean, it's not an obvious birdie chance. 2 putts is probably about 8s on. It's all right, isn't it?
And that is a hard golf hole that Fitzpatrick's still got to play. So yeah, I don't think Scheffler's going to beat himself up on that green there.
Steve,
got a pregnant wife.
Hey?
Bar Shakespeare's got a pregnant wife.
He has, yeah. Can you give a shout out to my pregnant wife, Maria? We think Scheffler is going to win. All right, Maria?
I will. That's a lovely name, isn't it, Maria? There's a song about that, isn't there?
Yeah, from West Side Story. Maria, I once met a girl called Maria.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you've done well there. Done well to impregnate a Maria. Is that not the shout out we were after?
That was more sort of, hi Maria, I hope you're enjoying the golf. I thought.
They think Scheffler's going to win. I still think Scheffler's going to win. But I want to be on this Fitzpatrick party now. Old Wazza must be getting his best trousers on, ready to get out there. They're going to be dancing in the streets of Yorkshire, and rightly so. I think Billy Foster might react in a more sort of effervescent manner than
yeah, of course. We've got Billy Foster on the back.
Yeah, I think he might go absolutely bananas,
Yeah, I bet he would. Yeah. Here's Keegan Bradley trying to trundle one in for birdie. That takes him into. Is it called Red Figures? It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Lee Trundle.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, I do remember.
What price of playoff? Someone asked. Well, I suppose it could be, couldn't it? Every chance, I'd have thought.
Yeah, there's an enormous chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at him.
He is like a peacock, isn't he? He's like a foxy peacock.
Who would you back in a fight between Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick?
I think the reach of Zalatoris would edge it, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think Zalatoris would just jab away and get the job done there.
Yeah, I think he might be a bit more sort of vicious and ruthless. I think Fitzpatrick's just not interested in fighting. Yeah. I don't know, though.
I think it would go to points. I think it would go to points, and Zalatoris would edge it on points.
Yeah.
If you put Scheffler up against either of them, I think Scheffler would.
God, I think Scheffler would probably have them both at the same time, don't you?
Round one. Yeah. That'd be a good fight.
We've had some great guests tonight, haven't we? It's been brilliant.
It's been
Dave was on. Oh, his golf trivia from Dugru Zugru. Which golfer had made the most consecutive major cuts before this week, and how many?
It's a great question. I know Shane Lowry was on a long run of making cuts. Shane Lowry?
I don't know. Is he asking us or telling us? Because if he asking, you're talking the wrong bloke, man. I haven't got a clue.
He'll be back on in a minute. He
will, yeah. He's very
good. Old Zugro.
When are you off to Sunshine Isle next?
Not going to Sunshine Isle, but going to Albufeira in August. Yeah. Can't ruddy wait.
That'll be nice, won't it?
I really can't
Dustin
wait.
Johnson, apparently. 586 viewers we've got, Steve. That's not bad, is it? 11:30 on a school night.
I suppose so. Yeah, I don't really know how the numbers crunch, but sounds okay.
Well, thank you each and every one of you for joining us. It's great. It's lovely to have your company. Great to have some comments.
We do appreciate it. And I do apologise for how bad the tips have gone this week, but Hopefully, everyone had £1 million on Jim Furyk top senior, so the one crumb of comfort we got.
Probably most people did. Lowry, apparently you are right. Here's Fitzpatrick's approach to 17. It's not, oh, it's good. It's really good. He got some bite on it. It's getting better and better. This is a brilliant shot. It's a fantastic shot there by Fitzpatrick.
I want to see his face. I want to see his face.
Oh, he's looking really, really happy with that. There's a
really
glow
in there. Yeah.
He's played brilliantly, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's really held it together well, hasn't he?
My cap's been off for a long time now.
And now Zalatoris needs to respond here because it's getting away from him. Zalatoris he's fought quite well, hasn't he? But it's just not quite happened for him, has it?
He looks like a fox, and his caddy looks like a sort of ferret, doesn't he?
His caddy looks interesting there. Yeah, I like a close up of the caddy.
There he is. Oh, he's got hands on hips. Oh,
he's gone the double teapot there. He's got quite shabby trousers. I mean, if you're Fitzpatrick, if you're Zalatoris' caddy on 10% of everything he gets, I think you can afford to attire a little bit better, kind of. He looks like
Have
you ever seen the film Deliverance?
Rings a bell. It's a horror. Is that a horror?
It's quite sort of worrying. Yeah, it's troublesome. He looks like the bloke in the petrol station. That will, if any of the 586 viewers get that, I'll be amazed. Right then, from 109 yards, Zalatoris has really got to get this close. He's giving it the full foxy look.
He is, isn't he?
No, he's overcooked it. He needs some massive spin, but it's spinning off.
He's got it. He's got it.
Tell you what, no, he needs it to unspin now, to de-spin.
Wow.
God, he put some spin on that, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think that's a good place to putt from. I prefer his putt to Fitzpatrick's there. So game on, as they say. Yeah,
that's span further than I can hit it. Let's get the latest betting. This is Scheffler now looking at trying to get to birdie at 18. If he gets this, do you think he wins it?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you, he's 9-1 with Ball Sports, 7-2 Zalatoris, and 1-3 Fitzpatrick. So at long last, we've got a long odds-on favourite, and it's Matt Fitzpatrick, the lad from Sheffield. Absolutely brilliant story. Fantastic. 27 years old. Seems like a fine young man as well, doesn't he?
He does. If you'd never met him before and then you didn't know anything about him, and then they said, how old is this fella? You would not say 27, would you? You'd say
no, 17. You wouldn't. Yeah, but you also wouldn't say Scheffler's 25. I mean, he looks 35, doesn't he? This putt's going places. Oh, it's going past the hole. He's going to par it, though. So Scheffler is going to set the target for the other two at -5. And that basically means that Fitzpatrick is going to have to par the last. Zalatoris is going to probably have to make a birdie either at this or the next. But Fitzpatrick does have a good look at birdie at 17. At 17. Amazing stuff. Really, really fascinating evening. Absolutely brilliant.
It's coming to the boil, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is, although
trousers, really baggy trousers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Giving it the old aim point.
Well, the trousers are too baggy. You can't see through them.
No. I can't feel a thing.
I mean, if I was Zalatoris, I'd say, look, mate, I'm making the effort. I've got these nice, crisp, slim fit golf trousers, and you're turning up with those things. I mean, what are they? I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe
he can't be badly paid, can he?
No. He'd have loads of money in the bank.
They get 10%, don't they?
Yeah. Maybe he's got a condition or so. We mustn't rush in. He might have a condition.
Well, what? Wait, he's allergic to properly fitted trousers.
If cloth touches his
you
skin,
never know.
Sensitive skin.
I suppose so. Yeah.
He might need the ventilation in the legs or something.
There might be special dermatologically friendly caddy trousers or something. A sentence I never thought I'd say.
It's exactly what I was getting at.
Yeah, indeed. Just tuned in. Bruce looks like he's in Wormwood Scrubs. Not far short. What else have we got? So you're late, Keith Loughton. Anyway, here's Zalatoris looking to put the willies up Fitzpatrick. Has he put the willies up? No, he's left it short. You loon.
Cardinals.
That was so uphill that it actually came back on him a little bit. He is furious. I mean, he's left a few putts short today, and he's gutted about that.
Oh, he almost missed that. He whacked it in so hard.
Really?
Right, the chef's going to post 5 under. Is that going to be enough to win the US Open?
He's played well, hasn't he? I mean, what a run of form the world number one's on. It's absolutely brilliant.
I'll tell you what, Bruce. I'll tell you what. We're here for opinions, aren't we? I think if Fitzpatrick misses this putt on 17, I think he bogeys 18 and we go to a playoff. So I think this is the golf tournament right here. If he takes a 2-shot buffer up the last, I think he wins. If he misses this, he bogeys the last. And that was as tentative as they come.
That was a horrible little prod, wasn't it? Mind you, to be fair, it's actually hole high. So he's having a little laugh with Billy, isn't he? Him and Billy having bants.
Yeah. Is that
forced? Well, don't mark that. Come off it. He's literally 6 inches away and he's marked it. That I'm not having that. Come on, Matt. I mean, we all want you. You're the pride of Sheffield, but don't mark a 6-inch putt, man. Come on.
I think he's forcing a laugh. They're having a lot of fun, but when he gets on the 18th tee, the fun's over, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah.
I'd worry about it.
Okay, right then, folks. We are now at the absolute key moment of the 2022 US Open. Scheffler's in the house on -5. Zalatoris and Fitzpatrick are on the 18th tee. Fitzpatrick -6. Zalatoris -5. Fitzpatrick is 1-5. Zalatoris is 13-2. And Scheffler is 9-1. Those prices with our sponsors, Boyle Sports.
I think 9-1's a massive price.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, this is a hard hole, isn't it? With the pressure on, that's
hard golf hole, and then you get in the playoff. He's the favourite, isn't he? So,
that's true. Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, Scheffler is a big price there.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
the Rolex advert was on there.
Oh, really? Oh, well, we'll see. I was really hoping Zalatoris should win this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I feel like you. I'm a bit deflated, but I've been telling you not to get too down about bets, so I need to practice what I preach, don't I?
Well, no, I mean, it's difficult sometimes, isn't it? Yeah, we're all having fun out there. We're all having fun. We're all having fun. We're all having fun. Nothing negative about betting.
Before we go, a big shout out to our friends behind the glass, and that is Will Carey and Sam Hart.
Will showed me his tattoo earlier. Sorry, go.
Yeah, lovely, aren't they? Beautiful.
He's got this massive tattoo, probably cost about £1,000. 2 robins, and there was a lovely story behind it, wasn't it? Why don't you tell that story?
Because I do know it, but I don't know it well enough to guarantee I'd get it right. If that's all right.
Have you got a tattoo, Bruce?
Oh yeah, loads. Yeah, I've got full everything. Yeah. No, I haven't. I don't really. No, I just think mostly because I'm puny, and I just think that when I'm sort of at the pool or whatever, I just want to put a pair of inconspicuous trunks on and just go and have a little swim without anyone looking at me and going, look how puny he is. And then if I also compounded my kind of body shame with a tattoo, I mean, I'm drawing attention to myself there, because you've got to be the right kind of person for a tattoo. It's not me. But anyway, here we are on 18. Zalatoris has the honour. He's parred this hole for the previous 3 rounds. Let's see what he can do. He's going to want to get this nice and far down there. But most of all, he has to find the short stuff. I think he has, don't you, Steve?
Yeah, it looks good.
39 for apex. Oh, there's bunkers there.
Yeah, golf shot.
Oh, that is a golf shot. I tell you, he needed a good drive there. He gambled everything, and he's absolutely found the perfect spot. Are you thinking about a tattoo or not?
I've got a tattoo of a Viking on my left buttock.
No, you have not.
No, I was trying to draw you in the. No, I haven't. No, I've never ever considered a tattoo. But
okay,
as time goes by, the old midlife crisis might kick in, and I might have a
Fitzpatrick on 18, 1-shot lead. The kid from Sheffield. He's taken 3 wood and he's curved it. Is this all right, or is this in trouble?
I don't think so. I think it's in trouble. It's in a world of pain.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he's in the bunker. He's in the bunker. He's got a mound in front of him.
What's Scheffler now? Scheffler should be favourite now.
Yeah, he should. Well, the betting's just about to come back up. But Steve, honestly, we did call it, didn't we? That 10 was it 9-1 Scheffler?
9-1 Scheffler. Yeah, you wouldn't get that now. I make Scheffler favourite again now.
Everyone will say he's bottled it, but the thing is, he's taken 3 wood there for safety, and he's smashed it and he's hooked it into the bunker. So now Boyle Sports are back up 4-7 Fitzpatrick, 3 Zalatoris, and 4 Scottie Scheffler. I know what price of playoff.
Still big.
Do you think?
I don't think he can get to the green there, can he?
Who?
Fitzy. from that. Yeah, the lip of the
Who?
bunkers.
Davis Love the third. Most ridiculous question of all time.
He looked right close to the lip. I think he's got a devil. Oh, Keegan's giving it the big one. Yeah, I finished 5th.
Oh yeah. Oh
He
look.
loves it. Yeah, he loves
Do you know,
it.
it's 11 years since he won his major.
Yeah.
Who was the
seems
guy he
like-
beat? Do you remember?
Seems like only yesterday. Yeah, 2011. Yeah.
Who was it he beat? It was another real unknown, wasn't it? It was
It was his first ever major, wasn't it? Keegan Bradley's first major.
yes, it was one and only. But who was the guy he beat? Oh, and he was real
No, the
non.
first major he's ever played. First major he's ever
Oh
played.
right, yeah, sorry, yeah, first major, and he beat someone else who was equally unfancy, and I can't remember his name.
Oh,
Someone puts out of our misery. You will win comment of the night if you get that. Here's John Rahm on 18, and he rolls in a. Was it? Yeah, it was the Duff. Yeah, of course it was. Jason Duffner. Thank you very much to Scott Wheeler, to Porter 2020, and to Robert Williamson for Jason Duffner. Has Duffner defected? You think he would, wouldn't you?
I don't think they'd want him, would you? I don't think he's.
Of course they would. Look at some of the people they've got.
Enough package, really. Yeah, I suppose Pat Perez got reportedly $5 million for joining, didn't he? I mean,
yeah, I'd have the Duff as a possible.
Mayhem's ensuing there. Did you see the crowd?
The crowd seems to have been reasonably well behaved. We haven't listened to them tonight, but I did
they're
hear
a good
when
crowd. They're a good crowd.
they've been okay, haven't they? When Scheffler putted earlier on, one bloke seemed to yell before he'd made contact, which obviously
I did notice that. Yeah, I did notice that.
They should be ejected there, shouldn't they?
It should be hung, drawn, and caught.
Well, no, it shouldn't. Just ejected. Just get them out and just say, look, we don't want you in it. Yeah, this is horrible.
It would soon come to an end, though, if you did make an example of one of them.
Yeah, it would actually. It would.
Yeah.
So here's Fitzpatrick's predicament. Pardon me. He's in a bunker, and it's one of those bunkers that's got a bit of grass, an island of grass in the middle, and his ball is behind the island of grass. So that's going to make. What? What's funny about that? It is.
That's a nice place to go on holiday, isn't it? The island.
Of grass. Yeah, it's just you have to get a ferry from Oban. Yeah, it's very nice. Oh no, he's got no lip issues there. He's fine.
Are you sure?
Fine. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Billy Foster's behind him, kneeling down and holding a club up as if he's holding a cross there.
You might have said John Rahm had no lip issues last night on this very hole, and you would have been wrong.
Oh yeah, that's true. I suppose. I think he's. How far out would he be? Do you think? Oh, there you go. 159.
I think it's about 159 yards.
Yeah. All right. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he'll just put it safely on the dance floor and look to make two putts?
He's going to cut it. Actually, he's going to go left of the lip and he's going to cut it. And he's in better shape than I thought he was.
Right, it's on its way. Where's it going to land? It's going to land. Oh, it's a brilliant shot. It's an outstanding shot. And what he's basically said to Zalatoris is, you need to birdie this. That's brilliant. It's 15 foot behind the pin, but it stopped and it span and stopped dead. That's a brilliant shot. It wasn't easy, that, Steve, was it?
No, that's fantastic. I just wanted to see his face. The camera's on the ball. I wanted to see his face. I like seeing.
He was actually lucky, because he had to hit that quite low because he wasn't directly behind the island of grass. So yeah. But it's a brilliant shot. It's a great shot, Matt Fitzpatrick. Take a bow, mate. There's been a couple of slight wobbles, but that was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Rob's said it absolutely right. Keith Loughton said it, absolute class. And wow, Fitz, take a boost, son. Here's Zalatoris, his last chance. He's got to put this close. This has got to be good.
Oh, he's walking
after it. Does he like that? No, he's out. Oh, it's spinning back.
Get a read.
He will get a read off Fitzpatrick, but basically, folks, I would say Zalatoris.
Bruce, remember the USPGA 18th hole in regulations? Zalatoris had a putt of that length.
He did. He did.
Showed an amazing bottle to do it. So history going to repeat itself.
He's basically 15 feet from the pin, and on roughly the same line, Fitzpatrick is 20 feet from the pin. I think he just acknowledged him there, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
I don't think they've had fun. Oh, they're having fun out there now, aren't they?
There's some smiles.
Oh, look, the baggy trousers are trying to have a bit of banter there as well. Oh, they're all getting on fine. Where's Billy Foster? Nice. He likes banter, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not getting involved. Too focused.
I reckon Will Zalatoris' caddy should bring out his own range of caddy trousers.
Liam Gallagher had a pair of baggy trousers on the other day. But did you see that documentary on Liam Gallagher at Rockfield? He had some questionable trousers on.
Thank you, Mark Lewis, for that lovely comment. You two and your guests have provided great entertainment. Thanks so much, mate. We couldn't do it without you, obviously, watching. It would be pointless. It's been brilliant having all your comments. Quick word on Liam Gallagher's trousers. Is this trend setting or back to the sort of noughties when everyone in Manchester did? Oh, hang on, I've got that thing. Your TV will turn off in 1 minute if you don't press a button. Wait there.
Well, Tiger Woods used to have baggy trousers when he was in his pomp. Maybe baggy trousers are the answer to all of our problems. You look at Tiger Woods when he's playing his best golf, had a sort of baggy shirt and baggy trousers. So, first thing tomorrow morning, anyone who's failed on this US Open, as I emphatically have, we need to get down the shops and buy some baggy trousers.
I fixed it. Right then, here we go. These two have played at a good pace, actually, haven't they? They don't mess about, do they?
No. Very brisk, very brisk.
I've just thought as well, if Matt Fitzpatrick does win this, Ewan Murray will do the full name, won't he? Matthew. Oh, let's see what his middle name is.
Yeah, what is his middle name?
He'll do the full Matthew Thomas Fitzpatrick is your 2022 US Open champion.
We need to.
That's mad. He is Matthew Thomas Fitzpatrick. I literally had a guess there.
Good name, Thomas.
But that's a fair shout, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, well done.
Brilliant guess.
Well done.
Yeah, here we go. It's called that. Right, here we go. Fitzpatrick. If he makes this, he wins. It's on its way. He's rolled it past. It's safe, and he's basically just.
That was
he should mark that, shouldn't he? He should mark that.
Percentage play. He should definitely mark that. Yeah, he should definitely
Zalatoris now has this to force a playoff. If he does, it's a 2-hole playoff. No, Fitzpatrick, you should mark that. And then just
that's a shame. He just wants
to tap it in for the glory, shouldn't he?
Yeah,
anyway, he's done well. If that's the winning part, you need rapturous applause, don't you?
This is surely the first US Open winner who's worn a brace.
I would say so, definitely. 68-70, 68-68. That's amazing, isn't it?
Say it again.
68-70, 68-68.
Yeah, solid as a rock in it. Sheffield steel, etc.
Keith Loughton reckons they're tracky bottoms that the caddy's got on. I don't think. I think they're just rubbish trousers. Right. Anyway, here we go. Zalatoris. If he holds this, he forces a playoff. If he doesn't, Fitzpatrick is the champ. It's on its way. And he's missed it. He just missed it to the left. And Fitzpatrick wins the US Open.
Don't want to see his face.
Zalatoris cannot believe it.
There he is.
And Fitzpatrick allows himself a little smile. Billy Foster looks more pleased than Fitzpatrick. Billy Foster's in absolute tears. That's brilliant. And now they embrace. What a lovely moment. Matt Fitzpatrick, the 27-year-old from Sheffield, not just his first US Tour win, but his first major, and runs straight across to baggy trousers and to Zalatoris to congratulate him. A true sport and a real star. And here's his brother running on. That's absolutely brilliant. He's ignored the brother. He's gone straight to Susan. Oh, lovely stuff. That's really, really nice. What a gorgeous moment. Oh, that's brilliant. Look how happy. You've got to be pleased with Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
a nice, wholesome lad from Sheffield United fan. And the blade has cut the rest of the field down. Fantastic stuff. There's Dad. Lovely scenes here. Oh, I well up a bit, Steve, here when they go like that, don't you?
This is what your live golfers need to watch.
Oh,
I mean, this is
exactly. Yeah. That's true. That's a very good shout. That
he's won half of what Schwartzel won the other day.
Who cares?
Who cares?
No one will remember what Schwartzel did. Who's that running on there?
That's legacy right there. That's legacy.
Is this all the English players coming out to greet him? Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. Love that. Great stuff. Listen, we're going to wrap up. Just want to say thank you so much to everybody for watching Sweet Spot Live. Thank you so much to Sam and to Will behind the glass. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you, Steve. I know it didn't work out for you, mate, but it was a brilliant, brilliant night, wasn't it? And what a brilliant bit of sport. Thanks to all the guests, to Dave Orton, to Ian Wilkerson, to Warren Ashus, to Joe Champion, to Tom Park, and to Diane Knox-Ballas. We will be back for another Sweet Spot Live for the Open Championship in the middle of July. In the meantime, every Tuesday, the Sweet Spot brings you tournament previews and top tips on that week's action.
I think we've got the
Take
Irish
care.
Open before. We've got doing one for the
have
Irish. Yeah, we're doing one for the Irish Open.
You just killed my brilliant outro. See you for the Irish Open, folks. All the best.
Take care. Bye now.